So welcome to quarterfinals in the women's bantamweight division. Khrystyna LAKIICHUK of Ukraine up against Sevgi Dogan. Big day ahead of us today. 14 fights in the afternoon session, 14 in the evening session. Every single one of them quarterfinals. So the winners will be guaranteed bronze medals. And we're really getting to the business end of the competition. It's been a fantastic competition so far. 6 days we've had prior to today. We've had some outstanding fights in Ring B, and looking forward to plenty more coming our way today. LAKIICHUK beat Anna Budimir-Bakan of Germany by unanimous decision in her one fight so far. Sevgi Dogan squeezed past Mikoto Harada of Japan by split decision. Very close fight.
Session 12 in the Ring B quarterfinals. Bout number 293. Please, into the red from Ukraine, Khrystyna LAKIICHUK.
Is LAKIICHUK. As I say, she beat Anna Budimir-Bakan of Germany in her one fight so far. She got a bye in the previous round.
Sevgi Dogan.
And she'll be followed in by Sevgi Dogan of Turkey, national champion at junior and youth level. As I said, very tight fight against Harada of Japan.
The judges of this bout: Singapore, Poland, Jordan, Guatemala, and Croatia, and the referee from Korea, Kim Jong-ji.
Those are our judges. Bout number 293. Kim Jong-jin of Korea, our referee. So in the blue corner, Sevgi Dogan of Turkey. In the red corner, Khrystyna LAKIICHUK of Ukraine. As I said, big day of quarterfinals today. We had a few yesterday, and these two both southpaws, and a win, as I said, will guarantee a bronze medal and a place in the semi-finals. Long left hand there from LAKIICHUK. Dogan with a jab and then a couple of wide punches, left and right hand. Got caught by right hand on the inside there by LAKIICHUK, and LAKIICHUK's compact, the way she sets up, does tend to stoop into that jab a bit. Both of these two throwing wide punches for the most part so far, apart from the odd jab. Off the back of the jab, they both look to throw quite wide swinging, sweeping shots, short, straight punches from either one of them. Could be the way forward here because they will land quicker. There's just no two ways about that. A straight punch will always get to the target quicker than one that's thrown wide. Not a great deal's got through so far. Looking for the left hand there. Was short with it, LAKIICHUK, but followed up with another jab, a kind of up jab, and that did land. It's a nice left hand there from LAKIICHUK as Dogan was just looking to try and busy up her hands a touch.
Kontrol sende Sevgi, kontrol sende. Hadi. 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 Sevgi 40 saniye. Evet, puan topla. Puan topla. Değişsin Sevgi, puan topla.
Just short with the 1-2 there, Dogan. LAKIICHUK moving in, letting her left hand go again. Doesn't quite reach the target. Closing stages of round one. Not a great deal to pick between these two. They'll be slightly wary, the pair of them, of really committing. Not all that unusual that in an opening round. LAKIICHUK there with a good left hand and another one, and just finishing the round strongly here. Fighter in the red corner, just bouncing a couple of left hands, 2, 3 maybe. Off the face and the head guard there of Dogan. And she just put her foot on the pedal slightly towards the end of the round there. As I said, prior to that, certainly the first 2.5 minutes was more of a kind of feeling out process. Dogan gets it 10-9 with 4 of the judges, LAKIICHUK 10-9 with the top judge there. I could see an awful lot to choose between them. There was a reasonable amount thrown, but just not that much got through. I think LAKIICHUK might be slightly unfortunate there to see 4 of the cards go against her.
Seconds out, please.
So she needs this second round out, the Ukrainian really, or at least the lion's share of it.
Round 2.
So into the second, LAKIICHUK of Ukraine in the red, Dogan of Turkey in the blue. LAKIICHUK with a good finish to the round. Again, similar to the first round, most of these 1-2s don't land. Left hand there to the body from LAKIICHUK, who just quickens up those feet to try and get on top of Dogan. I think LAKIICHUK needs to try and pick this up a little bit here. The corner will have known that she's dropped that first round with 4 of the judges. She looks capable, the Ukrainian, of just upping the tempo here and maybe setting a pace that Dogan could struggle with. Dogan just ditches in that 1-2. Rattling off a few punches to the body there, LAKIICHUK. Reaching for that left hand there, Dogan. She was short. LAKIICHUK came back with a right hand. Good left hand there from LAKIICHUK. Short right hand on the inside there from the Ukrainian, who for me is definitely having the better of this second round so far. Just slightly messy. The referee's not had a word with either one of them about holding yet. I don't think anybody's particularly to blame. That was a good one too there from Dogan. Just caught LAKIICHUK on the way in. Nicely timed. So the scoring of this second round critical now for LAKIICHUK in the red corner there. Dogan got it with 4 out of the 5 judges at the end of round 1. And LAKIICHUK gets it across the board there, which, from where I was sitting, is the correct verdict. 2 rounds to the good she is with the top judge there, and then the other 4 cards are level, so this very much in the balance. LAKIICHUK needs to convert 2 of those 4 drawn cards in her favour to get the win. Dogan needs 3 out of 4. Remember, a place in the semi-finals and a guaranteed bronze medal on offer here.
Seconds out, please. Third round.
So into the third, LAKIICHUK of Ukraine in the red, Dogan of Turkey in the blue. And this one very much in the balance, just a little 1-2 thrown to the body there from LAKIICHUK, and another one. Nobody's landed anything heavy in this fight, but you don't have to. Scoring punches need to be delivered with the knuckle part of the glove to the target area, which is the front of the head or the torso. It doesn't matter how heavy they land necessarily. Those are the punches that the judges will take into account. The judge is looking to interpret dominance. So if you land good, clean, hard, heavy punches, that does count more in your favour. That does matter. But the important thing is hitting the scoring area. Good 1-2 there from Dogan. LAKIICHUK just fainting a little bit there, looked to throw the left hand, didn't let it go. Over a minute into round 3. And we know the equation here. There's those 4 cards which are standing level at the end of the second round. The other one is 2 rounds in favour of LAKIICHUK, so she's got that slight advantage. No one's really taken the initiative in this final round so far. Dogan, I would say, has got her nose slightly in front here, courtesy of a couple of decent 1-2s. LAKIICHUK just trying to work to the body. Looks for that left hand, didn't land, not clean anyway. Dogan just leaning on the right hand to the body there from LAKIICHUK, and those are scoring punches. They're not flashy, but they're easy to see. Dogan just missing with the left hand. LAKIICHUK loses the balance and trips there. So into the final minute. And LAKIICHUK is holding Dogan there. There's no doubt about that. You see her left arm round the back of Dogan, holding her in position and then hitting it to the body. And there was a kind of cry of frustration there from Dogan. And the referee is, I think he could be doing a bit more about that, because that's happened 2 or 3 times now. And as I said, those are scoring punches. And again, the left arm just round the back of the shoulders there of Dogan and just dragging her onto that right hand. And Kim Jong-jin is having a word with Dogan, and that is not her fault there. He's let LAKIICHUK get away with quite a lot in this final round. 1-2 there from LAKIICHUK. And both of these looking for a strong finish. Dogan just walking in a bit tall and square there. Doesn't matter at this stage. You just need to let her hands go. The bell goes, and I think I would favour the red corner as she walks back away to my right-hand side. But was interesting, that final round. Just a few little tricks there from LAKIICHUK. Some decent 1-2s there from Dogan, same from LAKIICHUK. So not a massive amount in that round. 4 cards level, as we know, going into that final round. LAKIICHUK needs 2 of them. Dogan needs 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this bout, win by points and the split decision. From the red corner, Khrystyna LAKIICHUK, Ukraine.
LAKIICHUK gets it by split decision there. Just the one card going against her. One score of 30 to 27, 3 of 29 to 28. And of those 4 drawn cards, she got 3 out of the 4. Dogan getting it with Emerson Pastor. That was the one card in her favour. LAKIICHUK did have the better of that final round. I did think the referee let her get away with a little bit too much there in terms of the holding. Holding and hitting. But she's through to the semi-finals and she is guaranteed a bronze medal. Really interesting fight coming up next. Aishagul YELEUBAYEVA of Kazakhstan up against Karolina AMPULSKA of Poland. YELEUBAYEVA is...
And now we have the bout number 294 in the ring B, women's 54 kg. Please into the red corner from Kazakhstan, Aishagul YELEUBAYEVA.
YELEUBAYEVA, as I was just saying there, is a kind of come-forward machine of a fighter. She will let her hands go. There is absolutely no question about that.
And please, to the blue corner from Poland, Karolina AMPULSKA.
And AMPULSKA has been impressive in the competition so far. Wins against Welter of Lithuania by stoppage and Maria Martinez-Henao of Colombia.
Of this bout, Ireland, Taiwan, Azerbaijan, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Israel, and the referee from Bulgaria is Maria Kavakia.
YELEUBAYEVA beat Zoe Kuvasel of France in the previous round. The referee stopping that contest in the second round. There was a big size difference between the two. Kuvasel looked like a tidy enough boxer, but it looked like there were 2 or 3 weight divisions between them. YELEUBAYEVA is big at the weight, really big at the weight. Must be hard work for her to stay on the weight during the course of the competition, because that's what all fighters have to do in AIBA competition. You're weighing in every other day, really. More often than that, sometimes. Won junior and youth national titles in Kazakhstan. AMPULSKA has won bronze medals in the Europeans at junior and youth. So she's got some good hardware in that trophy cabinet. There are the judges: Ireland, Taipei, Azerbaijan, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Israel. Brought to the centre of the ring there, and again, YELEUBAYEVA has got a bit of height on AMPULSKA, but AMPULSKA will not be intimidated by YELEUBAYEVA. Not at all. So into the first round we go. YELEUBAYEVA of Kazakhstan in the red, AMPULSKA of Poland in the blue. YELEUBAYEVA looking to try and close in with the right hand there. Just got slightly too close. Wasn't quite enough room for it. Looking for a jab to the body. AMPULSKA onto the inside. Tries to throw that right hand over the top. Good combination there from AMPULSKA. Both got good feet, these two. YELEUBAYEVA with the jab, didn't throw the right hand off the back of it. And it was there as well, did that time. AMPULSKA, though, just takes the feet back, gets the guard up. Good short left hand there from YELEUBAYEVA. AMPULSKA's got to keep that head on the move. You just see her moving the shoulders there and taking that head with it slightly. YELEUBAYEVA, again, looking for the jab. If she establishes that jab, that will be bad news for AMPULSKA. And chases AMPULSKA with the right hand there, YELEUBAYEVA. That looked a bit clumsy, but I think there's some profit to be had there, because AMPULSKA, generally speaking, pulls back in straight lines. As I said, she has got good feet, but if YELEUBAYEVA pushes her back and then looks to just go again and push her back again, she will end up catching up with it. Good bit of movement there from AMPULSKA through the left hand, but then as she was looking to try and throw the right, got one back from YELEUBAYEVA. Shaping up to be an interesting fight, this, as we head into the final minute of round one. Short with the right hand, but followed it in there, AMPULSKA. Just about got there with the left hand. Nice right hand on the inside there from the pole. And the left, the right hand came back from YELEUBAYEVA, but AMPULSKA got the better of that exchange. I don't think YELEUBAYEVA has just quite worked hard enough in this round so far. She's not really thrown enough. AMPULSKA has been the more proactive of the two. And for that reason, has landed more from where I'm sitting. Leads off with the left hand there and hit the target. AMPULSKA gets through with the left again and again there. And just driving YELEUBAYEVA back to the ropes, finds it to the body, looks for the right hand. This is a good finish to the round here from the Polish fighter. And a nice right hand on the inside there too. And YELEUBAYEVA just being backed up here a bit. Good round for the home fighter. You can hear the applause in the background. There are no paying spectators in here, of course, but the support staff of the local organising committee, well, they're all from Poland, so they all want AMPULSKA to win. And she gets it across the board with the judges, and correctly so. It was relatively even, I think, going into the final minute. AMPULSKA had been busier, had done more, and then she really put a stamp on it in that last 25, 30 seconds, and had YELEUBAYEVA, as I say, backing up and just looking a little bit flustered. She's shown that she can get inside that jab, and YELEUBAYEVA has got to work harder. She's got to throw more. She's got this long reach on her. She's got to try and use it. Throw that left hand, followed by the right. Snap out the 1-2. Try and catch AMPULSKA on the way forward, on the way in.
Round 2.
So into the second, YELEUBAYEVA of Kazakhstan in the red. Karolina AMPULSKA, who's had a very good competition so far and had a good first round. She's in the blue, boxing for Poland. YELEUBAYEVA does look to try and throw that right hand. AMPULSKA, though, came back with her right. Good right hand there from YELEUBAYEVA. Maybe something wrong with the head guard there. Dropping down to the knee, AMPULSKA, just to attract the attention of the referee. Not quite tight enough, probably. You don't want your head rattling around inside that head guard. Good movement that from AMPULSKA, just pivoting around the front foot. I did say in the first round that sometimes she can tend to pull back in straight lines, and that is the case often, but there again, slips off to the left, and that's crucial because YELEUBAYEVA has got that long reach, but she can't really employ it at the moment. AMPULSKA's just keeping her turning, keeping her moving, which is exactly what she needs to do. Good right hand there from AMPULSKA. YELEUBAYEVA pours in with the 1-2, but weight coming forward, just crowded herself for room. Sneaky little right hand on the inside there from AMPULSKA. No power on it, but it did land on the face there of YELEUBAYEVA. Right hand from AMPULSKA. Well into the final minute. Right hand there again from AMPULSKA, and YELEUBAYEVA again in the second round, apart from the opening exchanges. Hasn't been positive enough. She's throwing, but there doesn't seem to be a great deal of conviction behind her punches, to be honest. She moves forward, looks to throw the left hand, right hand. AMPULSKA, though, just seems to have a much more of a plan here. Good left hand there from AMPULSKA. Final few seconds of round two. She's staring down the barrel here, YELEUBAYEVA, or at least I think she is. 2 rounds in. It's the quarter-final stage, the absolutely critical stage, and AMPULSKA's got it with all 5 judges there. 2 pretty easy rounds to score, so she's 2-0 up across the board, and YELEUBAYEVA needs a huge final round here. I can't see it. AMPULSKA, right from the start, has just looked like the boss in there. YELEUBAYEVA is physically big, has got those long levers, but has never really punched with any kind of authority. As she moves in there, it's just all a bit half-hearted. You have to give AMPULSKA a lot of the credit here, because she's boxed a good fight. But slightly disappointed with YELEUBAYEVA.
Third round.
So into the third and final round. AMPULSKA of Poland in the blue there. She's in the driving seat, 2 rounds up with all 5 judges. YELEUBAYEVA of Kazakhstan in the red. Again, YELEUBAYEVA there just kind of wanders forward behind those hands. She just punched with a lot more conviction and precision in her fight against Kvasel. But as I said at the start, Kvasel was so much smaller than her that she was able to kind of get her under control, or rather she knew that Kvasel couldn't hurt her. I'm not saying that AMPULSKA necessarily hurt her, but she's been able to get to her, definitely. Right hand there from AMPULSKA. This is better from YELEUBAYEVA. Right hand down to the body. I thought that was okay. The referee saying it might have been a bit low. Good attack on the inside there from AMPULSKA. Nice left hand. Switching southpaw. Briefly there, and it worked. She got a scoring shot through with that left. Back into the southpaw stance. Maybe looking slightly weary here now. AMPULSKA, she's put plenty into this. She does provide plenty of movement. She's up on her toes most of the time, just bouncing on the balls of the feet. But again, just climbs onto the inside there. Really good desire being showed by AMPULSKA right from the start of this fight. She's gone out to get this win here. Definitely also seems to have just wanted it more than YELEUBAYEVA. Into the final minute. AMPULSKA's cruising here. At this stage, she doesn't need to go crazy and try and empty the tank. She's got a semi-final, and she'll be hoping a final coming up. She will have the opportunity to rest up for the rest of today, but she'll be back in action tomorrow. Then there's the rest day, then the women's finals on Thursday, the men's finals on Friday. She's just got to stay out of the way here now. Good left hand there from AMPULSKA. And a very good performance from her. I'll make that 3-0 in her favour, and she will take her place in the semi-finals. And is guaranteed a bronze medal That'll be her third win on the bounce. Stopped Savitskaitė of Lithuania in the second round in her opening contest. Looked sharp. Beat Maria Martinez-Henao of Colombia by unanimous decision. And it'll be another unanimous decision,
Ladies and gentlemen,
in this fight.
In this bout, win on points with unanimous decision from the blue corner, Karolina AMPULSKA, Poland.
Well, AMPULSKA on a real good run here. Bronze medalist in the 2019 European Youth Championships. She's now got at least a bronze in the 2021 World Youth Championships. 3-0 with all the judges. Couldn't really be any other way. She was busier all the way through. The challenge really for her was always going to be getting inside the long reach of YELEUBAYEVA and doing her own work on the inside, and she managed to do that right from the beginning.
Now we have about number 295 in the ring B, women's 69 kg, please into the red corner from Kazakhstan, Zhasmin, KIZATOVA. And please to the blue corner from Italy, Melissa GEMINI.
So in the women's welterweight division here, that was just Zhasmin KIZATOVA of Kazakhstan making her way to the ring. And this is Melissa GEMINI of Italy. We haven't seen any of these fighters yet, just 9 boxers in the women's welterweight draw. So these two going straight through to the quarterfinals.
Azerbaijan, Guatemala, and the referee from Russia, Mr. Sergei Krutas.
GEMINI on paper would be the favourite here. She, in 2019, won gold at the European Youths. 2018, bronze at the European Juniors. KIZATOVA, though, came third last year in the elites in the seniors in Kazakhstan, and that is some recommendation. So this could be very interesting. I don't know a thing about either of these two stylistically, as this is the first time we've seen them. And that's one of the really interesting things about this competition, is that fighters who are coming here are just not fighters that you'll have seen before. And there's just something fascinating about waiting for the bell to go and just seeing how they shape up. Seeing how long it can take just to get a read on what they're about. That kind of rhythm and beat that they'll box to. So Kazakhstan in the red. Italy in the blue. Welterweights. 69 kilos, and this again for a place in the semi-finals and a guaranteed bronze medal.
Round 1.
So quickly to the centre of the ring, we've got 2 orthodox fighters here. Nice 1-2 there from GEMINI, straight off. Looking for the right hand there. KIZATOVA. She's got the height, she's got the reach on GEMINI. Looking aggressive at the start here, the Kazakh. Physically imposing. Good left hand to the body there from KIZATOVA. Leads off with the left hand, looking for a big arcing right. And the jab lands again there. GEMINI has got to ride out maybe a little bit of an early storm here. KIZATOVA, eyes just locked onto the target. Good jab as GEMINI looked to open out with a right hand and fell short with the right there. GEMINI just fell in, was stuck in no man's land, in a bit of trouble. KIZATOVA didn't make her pay for it. A minute gone And KIZATOVA of Kazakhstan has landed some good blows so far. Nice right hand on the inside there from GEMINI. I mentioned that experience at elite senior level for KIZATOVA, and you could see how that happened because physically, although 19, she is strong, really is strong. You do get a difference. You could get quite a big difference at youth level between athletes in terms of their physicality, because this catchment takes us 17 to 19, and I've said this a few times over the last few days, but people develop, mature at different rates. Some are kind of late bloomers, and at 17, 18, even 19 years old can look young. Whereas others at the same age can look like fully grown adults, and KIZATOVA is kind of in that category, I'd say. Left to the body there from the Kazakh, but GEMINI's doing okay here. 1-2 coming in from KIZATOVA. Big right hand there. GEMINI took that well, but it was solid. KIZATOVA just pushing her off to try and maintain that gap and let her hands go again. Final few seconds of round one. Well, decent opening round that. I did wonder in the early stages if KIZATOVA might be capable of doing some damage there early on in the fight, but GEMINI, having felt a few early on, I think did rally. It's KIZATOVA's round, there's no question about that, but having been put onto the back foot early on there, the Italian, she did get a foothold. She's got to be wary of the punch power of KIZATOVA, and as I say, that physicality, but it's not like she's not landing her own punches, because she is. It's a difficult task this here for her, but it's not impossible.
Seconds out, please. Round two.
So it's the second round. KIZATOVA of Kazakhstan taking the first round on all 5 of the judges' scorecards. Melissa GEMINI of Italy in the blue. Left hand to the body there from KIZATOVA. Looks to try and stick the right hand over the top and just backing the Italian up. Long right hand from KIZATOVA, but GEMINI is courageous. She's looking to try and get inside that long reach and land her own punches. She's been caught every now and again. Was in the first round at times as well, but trying to keep moving. Good jab there from KIZATOVA. Just flicks that one up from the waist. Right hand there from KIZATOVA. Just pulled it slightly, missing to the left-hand side. GEMINI comes in, throws a 1-2, moves straight onto the shoulder. Good right hand there from the Italian. As I say, she's persistent. She's working hard here. KIZATOVA's rarely getting any peace, and she's not got too many punches away herself, the Kazakh, in the last minute or so. Just fences with the jab there. KIZATOVA comes under a bit of fire, a bit of pressure there from GEMINI again. There's not that much in this round at the moment. I'd say KIZATOVA is possibly just ahead, but if GEMINI can work really hard, just dig in this final minute, there's possibilities here. KIZATOVA looking for that long 1-2, and then again looks for the right hand. I think she's maybe nicked a bit of a rest the last 30 seconds or so, the fighter in red, to try and provide a bit of a stronger finish. Good jab there. Nice loose jab from the Kazakh in the red. And then catching Gemini on the way in there, and the short left hand does the same job, and she's just keeping her nose in front without putting an enormous amount into this round. Gemini working hard, still just trying to move in, close her down. But good use of the jab in this round from KIZATOVA, particularly in the final stages of it. When you've got those natural advantages, you have to try and use them. Fighters don't always. We've seen plenty over the course of this competition who've had the tools against a shorter fighter to throw the jab, employ that superior reach, and they haven't done it. Big right hand there to finish the round from Zhasmin KIZATOVA from the Karaganda region, or Kazakhstan. Billowing the towel. That's an important job in the corner. And another round for KIZATOVA, who really took it away from Gemini in the final minute there. There wasn't too much in it up until that point, and I did just wonder if KIZATOVA might be beginning to fade slightly, but I think what it was that she was just taking a little bit of a rest in the middle minute, looking to finish strong and just make sure of taking the round, which is exactly what happened. Slightly dispiriting for Gemini, that, because she'll have known that she was in it at that point and then just found herself picked off a bit in the closing stages. So KIZATOVA in control here, kicks things off in the third round with a good stiff jab. Right hand landed there from KIZATOVA. Gemini was coming forward. She's been caught clean, pretty solid a good few times, the Italian. But she's taken them all well. Jab there from KIZATOVA. They've had to wait a long time for this opening fight, these welterweights. This is day 7 of the competition, so they've been here a long time, having to stay on weight, watching their teammates. And of course, under these COVID conditions, life away from the arena is not wildly exciting. There aren't that many things you can do. She's always coming forward, Gemini as well. As I said, European youth gold medalist in 2019. So this is a measure of the kind of level that KIZATOVA is at, because she's dealt with her quite comfortably, actually, you would have to say, on balance. To southpaw there, KIZATOVA, and a good left hand into the pit of the stomach of Gemini, and I think that put a bit of a dent in it. Finding that left to the body almost every time she throws it from the southpaw stance there, KIZATOVA. But still, Gemini comes forward. Both of them just leaning on to get a quick rest there, I think, before the final few seconds. I don't think she's going to get anything on the scorecards here, Gemini. This is another round that will go in favour of the Kazakh, but as I've been saying throughout, the Italians worked really hard here, really hard, shown some skills shown plenty of desire, but in KIZATOVA, she's been up against somebody who is physically strong. He's got height, got reach, got some ability. So it's the Kazakh who will go through to the semi-finals with a guaranteed bronze medal.
Ladies and gentlemen, win by points with unanimous decision. From the red corner, Zhasmin KIZATOVA, Kazakhstan.
Confirmation of the scorecards there, 3 rounds 2-0 from all 5 judges in favour of KIZATOVA. And they were comfortable enough round wins. So she advances to the next stage, which is the semi-finals, and she'll face either Barbara MARCINKOWSKA of Poland or Anastasiia KHOLUEVA of Russia, who meet in our next fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the bout number 296 in the ring B, women's 69 kilogram. Please aim to the red corner. From Poland, Barbara Marcinkowska.
Polish youth national champion, bronze medalist at the European Youths, and a silver medalist at the European Juniors, so plenty on the CV for MARCINKOWSKA.
And please to the blue corner from Russia, Anastasiia KHOLUEVA.
But it was KHOLUEVA who beat her in those European Youth Championships at the semi-final stage, and it was a split, 3-2. So these two know each other pretty well. KHOLUEVA, a national champion also.
And Kazakhstan, and the referee from Guatemala, Mr. Emerson Pasta.
There's KHOLUEVA. She beat Anna Zheko of Ukraine in the final of that European Youths in 2020, having got past MARCINKOWSKA, as I said, by split, 3-2 in the semi-final. So MARCINKOWSKA on home turf here will be looking for some revenge. The Polish fighter will be in red. The Russian will be in blue.
Head up, now holding, follow blow, and now keeping the back of the head. Check hands.
Round 1.
So into the first, KHOLUEVA in the blue there. She's boxing out of a southpaw stance. MARCINKOWSKA of Poland in the red, orthodox. MARCINKOWSKA stands up very tall. That's the first thing you notice about it. Kind of an old-fashioned stance, really, holding up those gloves just in advance of her. That lead jab hand just oscillating, serving as a distraction. Also a bit of a range finder. KHOLUEVA slightly lower centre of gravity. Just popping out that right hand. MARCINKOWSKA always up on her toes. Will look to just move in, throw the right, I think, and then pull her feet back out. Nobody's really landed much yet. A minute into round one. It's been a lot of kind of feeling out and fencing so far. MARCINKOWSKA likes to maintain that gap and then spring in, throws that right that time, drags it slightly, doesn't land it. The problem that KHOLUEVA's got is that she's got to step in and really close that gap if she's going to land. Good jab there, though. Nice right hand from MARCINKOWSKA, got the distance on that one exactly right, and it's her gum shield that's come out. The mouth is coming open as she threw and landed that right, I think. That was a real quality punch. She's got to be careful of that. If it comes out too many times, she'll lose a point, or she could even get disqualified. We saw a fighter disqualified in this ring yesterday because the gum shield just kept coming out. Midway through round one. Looking for that long right hand again there, MARCINKOWSKA. What's absolutely key here for KHOLUEVA is that she can't stay in front of MARCINKOWSKA and just let MARCINKOWSKA kind of set herself for that jab right hand. There's that right hand straight down the middle again there. She's got to move ahead, KHOLUEVA, number one. But number two, she's got to try and keep turning MARCINKOWSKA. Keep her turning, keep her moving. Jab to the body there from KHOLUEVA. Looks for the left hand. She needs to pivot around that front foot. Just not give her time to set up and be stable when she's looking to throw that right hand. She knows what's coming here, KHOLUEVA. Good jab there from the Russian. MARCINKOWSKA just bobbing in and out with that front foot, just bobbing forward. And then she'll just come back, gradually just inching forward with that kind of rhythm, that routine. Looking for the right hand. Final stages of round one. Advice flooding in from the Polish coaches away to my right-hand side. There's that right hand again. She's landed that enough times in this opening round, MARCINKOWSKA, to win the round. For me, she has anyway. Good jab there. Touch of gloves between the two. Well, split scores there. 3 judges in favour of KHOLUEVA, 2 in favour of MARCINKOWSKA. She did land some good shots, KHOLUEVA, on the inside. Landed a couple of jabs. Wasn't a great deal in it. Split scoring is always an indicator of that. Right hand on the inside, followed by the left. So this set up very, very nicely. So into the start of the second, MARCINKOWSKA, Poland in the red, KHOLUEVA, Russia in the blue. Just waving that lead hand. Right hand there from MARCINKOWSKA. As I said, stands up really straight, but really uses that height and reach. KHOLUEVA's never really gone to the body. There's plenty of body to aim for there, and she does keep those gloves high, those elbows flared out to the side there, MARCINKOWSKA. That could be a good plan, I think, for KHOLUEVA. Just try and jab to the body. She can't really miss it if she can get close enough. MARCINKOWSKA with a 1-2. Not a great deal on it. KHOLUEVA looking to try and get onto the inside. Jab there from MARCINKOWSKA. And again, good first minute to round 2 from the home fighter. Good bit of footwork there from KHOLUEVA. Looking to the right to the body, MARCINKOWSKA didn't get there with it. Left hand on the inside there from KHOLUEVA was a good shot, just as MARCINKOWSKA was trying to throw her right hand. The Polish fighters up the pace a bit this second round. Heads almost coming together on the inside there, just past the midway point of the contest in round 2. Shoelace undone for KHOLUEVA. Jab right hand there from MARCINKOWSKA. KHOLUEVA trying to find a right hand to the body. Jab again from the pole. He lands the right hand again there. She's done a good job of keeping KHOLUEVA on the end of that 1-2. She hasn't landed it an enormous amount of times, but what she has done is made it very difficult for KHOLUEVA to get onto the inside. It's just been accurate enough, and she's thrown it regularly. Left hand there from KHOLUEVA, who has had some successes. Left hand there again from KHOLUEVA. MARCINKOWSKA was slightly hesitant there, and the Russian took advantage, just stepping in. And MARCINKOWSKA dominating the scoring in that second round. So heading into the final round, she's 2 points ahead on 2 scorecards. KHOLUEVA 2 points ahead on the scorecard herself. The other two even. So those two even cards. MARCINKOWSKA needs one, KHOLUEVA needs both of them. Difficult to see any of the 2018s being turned around, given the nature of the contest we've seen so far. So it all comes down to those two level cards. As I say, KHOLUEVA needs both, MARCINKOWSKA needs one. Good fight this, into the third and final round. MARCINKOWSKA of Poland, the big, tall, orthodox fighter there in the red. KHOLUEVA of Russia, southpaw in the blue. She's got to try and get closer, KHOLUEVA. Good left to the body there. When you watch MARCINKOWSKA, it's interesting that kind of bobbing style she's got. She's like bob onto the front foot, she'll just jog back and forward, back and forward, back and forward. Then all of a sudden, she'll pull the trigger and go in. When she kind of takes that slight backward movement, when she's just bouncing on the boards of her feet there, I think that's when KHOLUEVA needs to look to try and time her forward assault. Good right hand there from KHOLUEVA. Because just for a split second there, she's just taking the weight back, and it'll be difficult for her to, not just to take it forward again, but she doesn't really throw when she's on that little slight backward drift. It always comes when she's on the way forward. Nice left hand to the body there from KHOLUEVA. Looking for the 1-2, didn't quite reach with it that time. Midway through round 3, right to the body from MARCINKOWSKA. This is really tight. KHOLUEVA with a sneaky little left on the inside. MARCINKOWSKA not letting her hands go as much in this final round as she did in the second. Lead jab there from KHOLUEVA was a decent shot. Right hand comes back from MARCINKOWSKA. Right hand to the body there from the pole. She's almost allowing KHOLUEVA to lead off a little bit more. Long right hand there, left hand rather, from KHOLUEVA into the final minute. Place in the semi-finals at stake here and the guaranteed bronze medal. Good jab there from MARCINKOWSKA. That was a decent shot. I've got KHOLUEVA just with a nose in front in this final round at the minute. MARCINKOWSKA, though, could change all of that with a strong finish. I think she needs one. But it's the 5 scoring judges at ringside. They're the ones who count. Left hand there from KHOLUEVA. MARCINKOWSKA just crowding herself a room a bit as she tried to close in. Heading into the final 10 seconds. Barrage of noise around ringside, particularly from the Polish coaches. Jab there from MARCINKOWSKA, didn't quite get through. Sneaky little right on the inside from KHOLUEVA, I think did, and there goes the bell. Good fight, really good fight. And as we know, heading into that final round, MARCINKOWSKA was 2 points clear with 2 judges. KHOLUEVA was 2 points clear with 1 judge, and the other 2 cards were level at 19-19. So KHOLUEVA needed both. MARCINKOWSKA needed 1. It was a tight fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, win by points with split decision from the blue corner, Anastasiia.
KHOLUEVA has got it. KHOLUEVA has got it. So she must have got both of those 2 level cards in that final round. 30-27 and 229-28. I thought she won that final round, KHOLUEVA. It was very close. Very, very close. But she's got it, and she goes through to the semi-finals. And has guaranteed herself a bronze medal, so well done to her. But there wasn't much in that all the way through. We had 30-27s in either direction, 29-28s in either direction, and it was one of those fights. There was so little in the 3 rounds that you could see 3-0 either way, and anything in between, really. I had 29-28 KHOLUEVA myself. So now we go into the men's light flyweight division, more quarterfinals. And first up, we got Bishwamitra CHONGTHAM of India up against Omer AMETOVIC of Serbia, and this is one to look forward to. This is big time.
In the ring B, men's 49 kg. Please into the red corner from India, Bishwamitra CHONGTHAM.
So CHONGTHAM of India, Asian junior champion, beat Mahdi Parvizi of Iran 4 cards to 1. In his opening fight, looked good, sharp. Closer distance well, throws rapid combinations.
And please to the blue corner from Serbia, Omer AMETOVIC.
AMETOVIC, a European Youth Championship bronze medalist. We've seen him beat Oskar Jadridiak of Germany by unanimous decision, and Hamza Asadi of Morocco 4-1. This is a good matchup. This is a really good matchup. This is what you're going to get at this stage.
Israel, Bulgaria, Korea, Kazakhstan. And the referee from Turkey, Mr. Yasar Sinan.
Yasar Sinan of Turkey in charge of this one. AMETOVIC looked great against Oskar Jadridiak. Not quite as good maybe against Hamza Asadi. But you've got two fighters here who are pretty similar physically. They both like to come forward. They'll both ordinarily, or a lot of the time, be in with a fighter with a longer reach, with that height advantage. So they're good at getting onto the inside. AMETOVIC is clever with his use of the upper body. Moves his head well to get up close. CHONGTHAM is more of a raider. He'll come in, dip his knees a little bit often.
Round one.
From that southpaw stance and throw a rapid jab left hand. There's that jab. There he goes again, straight away. Just dips in, quick jab, left hand. AMETOVIC with the lead right hand there. CHONGTHAM again, looking for the body. That time, went straight down the middle. Connected with the head of AMETOVIC. He's got to try and bob and weave his way and slip his way in, AMETOVIC, because those shots from CHONGTHAM, they will generally come straight. He'll either drop his height a little bit, dip the knees and go to the body, or he'll maintain that height where he is and he'll aim for the head. So he's got to try and get off the punching line, AMETOVIC, as he comes in himself. Just fractional movements, really. Right hand caught on the gloves, though, by CHONGTHAM, thrown by AMETOVIC. AMETOVIC is in the blue. CHONGTHAM of India in the red. Left hand to the chest there from CHONGTHAM. AMETOVIC looking for the right. I think that was blocked by the forearms. And just working that lead hand there, AMETOVIC. Midway through round one. He's covered up well so far, CHONGTHAM. Guard has done its job. He's got nice balance. As he came in there, just closed down his own space maybe a little bit too quickly. Sprang into a left hand. Slightly off balance there, CHONGTHAM, as he dipped away to his right-hand side, but still managed to find the target with the left hand. He's struggling with him a bit here, AMETOVIC. Good left hand there from CHONGTHAM, and a right hand as he moved off to his right. He's closing the gap okay, but when he gets into range, he's just getting beaten to the punch, AMETOVIC. That's the problem he's got. CHONGTHAM has got quick hands. Left to the body again there, right hook. That's good upper body movement, really good upper body movement there from CHONGTHAM. AMETOVIC got him back in the corner, exactly where he wanted him, really. But you see him just slip underneath the right hand, roll away to his right, and all of a sudden he was gone. There goes the bell at the end of the round. That's a CHONGTHAM round. And as he did against Parvizi, he just looks very, very sharp in everything he does, really. That stock in trade is the 1-2, and particularly early in the fight. I remember that against Parvizi. That's what he looks for. 10 lines across the board there. Once he's found that a few times, then he looks to be just a little bit more expansive. We saw him lead off with a couple of hooks there at times. He just stoops in with that long left hand that takes him straight onto the shoulder.
Seconds out, please.
And on the inside there, AMETOVIC just can't really compete with the hand speed.
Round two.
So CHONGTHAM of India taking all of the cards in the first round there. AMETOVIC of Serbia has got to try and find a way to get to the Indian fighter, it's going to be a difficult task. Long left hand. I don't think quite got there. The guard was up from AMETOVIC, but you see him just flash out that jab. Looking for the right hand there, AMETOVIC, but CHONGTHAM beat him to it. Midway through round 2. AMETOVIC just with a little feint. Fairly equal, that exchange. AMETOVIC again just trying to track CHONGTHAM down and see if he could land on the inside. And looking to work the body there, AMETOVIC. Good head movement there from AMETOVIC as he came forward, but there just wasn't really room for him to work. Little right hand there from CHONGTHAM, and then slipped away to his left. Lead right hand there from the Indian again. Short with the right hand there, AMETOVIC. CHONGTHAM had just taken a little half step off to his left hand side, chopped down with the left hand and found the target. Single left hand there again from CHONGTHAM, and the right hook as AMETOVIC was coming forward on the way. And he's getting into some good positions here, AMETOVIC, but he just can't get his punches off quick enough. That's the problem. It's really difficult, and I don't really think there's all that much he can do about it. He is getting into decent positions. He moves that head on the way in. He doesn't just walk in. And he's actually, as I say, getting into some situations which usually would bring him plenty of joy, but just not against CHONGTHAM. He wins that second round with all 5 judges as well, because he'll back his hand speed, CHONGTHAM. If he's leading off, he'll back his hand speed. If he's reacting to his opponent, he still will. That's right to the stomach there from AMETOVIC. As I say, he's not completely without his own successes here, but in every exchange, pretty much, he's coming off second best. CHONGTHAM will have the final say.
Second out, please. Third round.
Good left hand there from CHONGTHAM. Crouches and really shoots that one up, follows it in, and it's very difficult to counter it. You've got to see it coming and really try and set him up for the uppercut. But he's got good variety, and the way he alters that height is clever. As I said at the start of the fight, sometimes he'll just dip the knees like he did there and go for the 1-2 to the body. Other times he'll just maintain that height punch to the head. Others he'll dip and shoot up and still go for the head. He varies things up really well. Good left hand there. Again, good example of him just backing his hand speed. AMETOVIC down, just kind of dragged down, and then CHONGTHAM trips over, has a slight accusing look at AMETOVIC there, who I don't think really did anything wrong. Inside 2 minutes to go. CHONGTHAM just goes for a brief walk there. He's well in control of this and he'll know it. Single left hand as he was on the move there, CHONGTHAM. He's going to take some beating. He'll meet the winner of our next fight between Sanzhar TASHKENBAY of Kazakhstan, who looked tremendous in his only fight of the competition so far. TASHKENBAY in with Ibrokhim ISHJONOV, so it's Kazakhstan up against Uzbekistan, and that is always something to look forward to. Whoever wins that, though, will most certainly be taking on Bishwamitra CHONGTHAM. That's a good right hand there from AMETOVIC. The right hand landed from CHONGTHAM, but he took it well and then threw his own punch back. He's a good fighter, AMETOVIC. As I said, he's got credentials. European Youth Bronze medalist. Look really good. Really good in his first round win against Oscar Jedrzejak. And beat Hamza Asadi in Morocco as well. So with 2 wins in the World Youth Championships, that's a good achievement, but he would have been very much hoping to get into the medals, onto that podium. It's not going to happen. But he couldn't really have given any more here. And there goes about. CHONGTHAM, for all the reasons outlined, is a good fighter. Mixes things up really well. There's that straight left hand. He gets some good pop on those punches as well. Good combo that from AMETOVIC. As I said, he got into some good positions.
Ladies and gentlemen, who win by points with the unanimous decision from the red corner, Bishwamitra CHONGTHAM, India.
So CHONGTHAM of India through to the semi-finals. 3 rounds to 0 with all of the judges, and it was a straightforward one to score. AMETOVIC put everything that he could into that, and I'm sure he'll have learnt plenty, but CHONGTHAM just always had the edge. I love that punch. I love that left hand he throws where he shoots it up and he moves straight in behind it. It's a shot to nothing. There's no real way of countering that because he throws it so quick and he's on your shoulder so quick, whether he lands it or not. There's just no response to it. That's good from AMETOVIC there. Really good. Just slips away to his right-hand side. As I said before the start of the fight, he's clever in the way that he moves forward. His head movement is good. And he did get himself into good positions. I keep saying it, but he did. It's just when he got there, he found it difficult to capitalise.
49 kilogram. Please into the red corner. From Kazakhstan, Sanzhar TASHKENBAY.
So as I said, we've got Kazakhstan up against Uzbekistan here, and who doesn't love one of these? This is Sanzhar TASHKENBAY, frankly, looked brilliant in his previous fight against Giuliano Goman of Germany. Southpaw, he looked like he could do everything.
And please to the blue corner from Uzbekistan, Ibrokhim ISHJONOV.
And another southpaw. Physically, they're quite similar. From Uzbekistan, this is Ibrokhim ISHJONOV. He beat Georgi Chinoyu of Romania.
Korea, Azerbaijan, Singapore, Russia, and Croatia. And the referee from Taiwan, Miss Lee KIZATOVA.
Those are our judges. Usual checks from the referee. Gloves, protector, gum shield, head guard.
Round one.
So the battle of the southpaws here. TASHKENBAY of Kazakhstan in the red. ISHJONOV of Uzbekistan in the blue. ISHJONOV's got a bit of height on TASHKENBAY. He's having to punch up slightly, did there with the 1-2. Incredibly slim, ISHJONOV. Good combination there from TASHKENBAY, who does look to have the advantage with hand speed here. ISHJONOV can't wait too long before throwing a jab. He needs to just try and keep pumping that out, that 1-2. TASHKENBAY looking to try and open out a bit there. Trying to lead off with the uppercut there, TASHKENBAY. Almost got caught with the left hand from ISHJONOV. Good jab there from TASHKENBAY, and then a jab to the body. ISHJONOV's just not been able to use those long levers to particularly good effect so far. TASHKENBAY is just turning him. Turning him, turning him, turning him. Landing his own punches. It's a good performance so far from the Kazakh. Big left hand there from him into the final minute of round one. And ISHJONOV is waiting too long to get his own punches off here. It's quite a simple jab there from TASHKENBAY. Not simple to do, I'm not saying that, but 2-3 jabs there just crashed through. He's not providing enough of a deterrent here, ISHJONOV. He's got that height, he's got that reach. He's got to just throw that lead hand, because at the minute, TASHKENBAY is taking that space and he's taking it confident that nothing's really coming back. He's just completely dictating here, TASHKENBAY. And we know how good he is from watching him in the previous round, but ISHJONOV isn't doing enough to try and stop that from happening. Just takes a feet back there, TASHKENBAY. Good round for the Kazakh, who managed to out-jab his significantly taller opponent there. He didn't really work his way onto the inside that much. He backed himself to extend that lead right hand and land it, even though he's in with somebody there who is very, very tall for a light flyweight. So he gets it with all 5 of the judges. He's right at full extension there, but he's landing. And there's not enough coming back from ISHJONOV.
Seconds out, please.
He's got to show a bit more belief here, I think, ISHJONOV. He's got the look of a fighter who doesn't really think he can beat TASHKENBAY. That's how it looks to me, anyway, from my ringside seat. So into the second round. In the red of Kazakhstan there, we've got Sanzhar TASHKENBAY in the blue, representing Uzbekistan, Ibrokhim ISHJONOV. That's better from ISHJONOV, chopping down with the left hand there. That gave TASHKENBAY something to think about. Good jab there from TASHKENBAY. ISHJONOV just poking out that lead hand. It would be good to see him really just snap that out. Onto the inside there, and that's more TASHKENBAY's kind of range. It's a little bit untidy. ISHJONOV tucked up well there, but nice 1-2 from TASHKENBAY. He's a little bit unsteady there, ISHJONOV. He's in a bit of trouble here, I think. TASHKENBAY looking to rein in the blows, and well, the referee's done ISHJONOV a favour there, stepping in, saying that TASHKENBAY's made contact with the inside of the glove because he looked shaky there, the big, tall Uzbek southpaw. As he went back to the ropes, there was a left hand there that definitely stung him. You could just see the legs just go a little bit loose heading into the final minute of round two. TASHKENBAY knew it. Fighters can always tell. You get that sniff of blood in their nostrils, and he was all over him. Good left hand there from TASHKENBAY. Looks to throw another big left from the outside. It fell just slightly short. Jab to the body. ISHJONOV rattles off a combination, but it hits gloves. TASHKENBAY's just looking to walk him down a bit here now. He's never been too far away from him, but whereas previously he's looked to keep him turning, keep him moving, not give him that chance to settle and set his feet. He's happy enough just standing in front of him at the minute and setting his own feet and really looking to try and get some power. Jumping in from the outside there. Final few seconds of round two. This has been a dominant round for Sanzhar TASHKENBAY, who is definitely one of the best fighters I've seen so far this week. A couple of 10-8s in there, and I can understand why. So TASHKENBAY in total control here. Be interesting to see what he does in the final round. There's no need to empty the tank here because the semi-finals are tomorrow. He'll be boxing again tomorrow against CHONGTHAM for a place in the final. So really what he should do is just box and move, take it easy in this final 3 minutes.
Third round.
TASHKENBAY, who's in the commanding lead here, in the red. Boxing for Kazakhstan, ISHJONOV representing Uzbekistan in the blue, and I think TASHKENBAY wants to go after ISHJONOV here. Just feinted with that front foot. Lands the right hand. ISHJONOV has never really been able to get to grips with him. Just shakes out his gloves there, TASHKENBAY, and resets. Just not used that jab, ISHJONOV. He's just not used it at all, really, because TASHKENBAY, most of the time there, is just standing on, I was going to say on the borderline of range. He's actually not on the borderline of range. He's within range for ISHJONOV. But he's been happy to take that position up because ISHJONOV just hasn't had the confidence, I don't think, really, just to snap out that jab left hand. I think he's just worried what will happen if and when he does. So TASHKENBAY has been completely confident just to take that space where he's close enough that he can just move in and land his own punches. ISHJONOV, throughout this fight, really has been completely preoccupied with what TASHKENBAY is doing, and at no point has really looked to try and set the agenda himself. Very easy for me to say these things sitting at ringside. I'm aware of that, but that is what has happened. You can see it. He's never really had the belief in this fight that he could win it. Bit of blood coming from the nose there of ISHJONOV. It was a lead right hand that landed, followed by a left from TASHKENBAY. TASHKENBAY against CHONGTHAM, that is going to be such an interesting fight. Two southpaws with differing kinds of styles. Good left hand there from TASHKENBAY. I said he can maybe take it easy in this final round, but I think he could box at this kind of pace all day. Left hand there, just kind of rocked ISHJONOV onto his heels a bit. Well, clock just ticking down here. TASHKENBAY has produced another impressive performance. And as I said, he will move into the semi-finals to face CHONGTHAM of India. He'll be guaranteed a bronze medal. Both of them will be, but neither one of them will be happy with a bronze. They both come here for gold. They will both fancy their chances very much so of being able to achieve that. Nice right hand on the inside there from TASHKENBAY just to finish things off. And he is a pleasure to watch. Just those small movements, just taking the feet in fractions and then landing that left hand.
Ladies and gentlemen, win by points with unanimous decision. From the red corner, Sanzhar, TASHKENBAY, Kazakhstan.
Unanimous decision, that's the only way it could be. 3 rounds to 0 with all of the judges, some 10-8s in there as well, 1 from Singapore, 2 from Croatia. And he cruises through, really. It's not often that a fighter will cruise through a Kazakhstan versus Uzbekistan clash, but that's exactly what he's done. Cannot wait for that fight between him and CHONGTHAM in the semi-finals. That is going to be terrific. So that's the bottom half of the semi-final draw complete in the light flyweight. So we'll now move through to the men's bantamweights. So semi-final places on offer in the bantamweight division as well, of course. Ruslan ASLIKYAN up against Michele Baldassi. Armenia up against Italy. Both of these two have already had 2 fights. On paper, at least, Baldassi got a walkover against Arashi Kajihara of Japan.
About number 299 in the ring B, men's 56 kg. Please into the red corner from Armenia, Ruslan ASLIKYAN.
ASLIKYAN, a former European medalist, beat Ibrokhim of Spain and Todorov of Ukraine, both by unanimous decision so far.
And please to the blue corner from Italy, Baldassi.
Baldassi, a former European junior champ, beat Matula of Poland, and then, as I said, got that walkover against Kajihara. There he is. Looked good in his opening fight, like the look of him against Matula.
And the judges of this bout, Guatemala, Kazakhstan, Jordan, Ireland, and Latvia. And the referee from Israel, Mr. Artur Korginyan.
That's Baldassi of Italy. And walking to meet him in the middle of the ring, Ruslan ASLIKYAN of Armenia. In the centre of those two, our referee, Artur Korginyan of Israel. ASLIKYAN southpaw, Baldassi orthodox.
Round 1.
Looking for the right hand there, Baldassi. Fell just short with that and then pulled himself into a left. That was a good left hand for him, Baldassi. That definitely got through. Left to the body there from ASLIKYAN. Just taking advantage of a slightly hesitant jab from Baldassi. Baldassi turning southpaw there briefly. Left to the body again there from ASLIKYAN. He's doing well to the body, ASLIKYAN. When he gets up close, he's finding it quite regularly. Baldassi is quite long-bodied. Generally speaking, looks for punches to the head. And when he does that, he leaves that midriff quite exposed, and ASLIKYAN is happy just to tap away at it. He's not hitting it particularly hard, but those are scoring punches. Punches that will be taken into account by the judges. Left hand there from Baldassi. Falling short there, ASLIKYAN. Baldassi doing a good job of just bringing the feet back out. Left to the body again there. Just a short little shot there from ASLIKYAN, and that might be winning in the first round so far. That one punch, really, it's landed 6-7 times at least, I would say. Big overhand right there from Baldassi as he was on the turn, and looks for the right hand down the middle. There's that left again. He looks for it every single time, particularly when Baldassi throws a jab, but jab all right hand. He's just looking to just slip and then throw the left to the body, ASLIKYAN. Bell goes at the end of the round. Baldassi, who made more of the running in that round, who aimed the bigger shots, got through with a couple of strong-looking right hands, but the volume of work there, accurate work, was ASLIKYAN's left hand to the body more than anything else. Split scoring. 3 cards go for ASLIKYAN, 2 for Baldassi. I can see that. I can see that.
Sia quando vuoi attaccarlo.
Boom. Lo devi prendere preciso. Tutum. 2-3 colpi, esci fuori. Senza restare a fare a cattura. E non buttarti addosso. Tienilo via, centro ring. Tieni, col jab sinistro lungo.
That was good from Baldassi. Good upper body movement as he was moving his feet.
L'importante è tu quando colpisci devi spostarti rapido a sinistra e colpisci.
Out, please.
Ok? Vai. Aumenta il ritmo. Vai.
Round 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this bout by unanimous decision is
Into the second round, Baldassi of Italy in the blue. ASLIKYAN boxing for Armenia in the red. Good left hand there from Baldassi. You could just see ASLIKYAN just bouncing from side to side there, really looking for a way in, and Baldassi timed him perfectly. A little bit of a change of dynamic in the fight in this second round. In the first round, Baldassi was keen to lead off. In the second round, he's just hanging back a little bit, happier for ASLIKYAN to do that, because he knows that he was hit to the body a few times in that first round, particularly when he was throwing jabs, throwing right hands, kind of apropos of nothing. ASLIKYAN, I think, prefers it when the other fighter is being the more proactive. I think he prefers to react. For that left, I don't think that quite got there from ASLIKYAN. Midway through round two, this is an interesting round. It's a tight round as well. Baldassi sets up in the southpaw stance there. ASLIKYAN coming forward. Sticking with the right hand there, Baldassi, taking on the gloves from ASLIKYAN. Just trying to draw something from Baldassi there, ASLIKYAN, just stamping with that front foot. Baldassi getting onto the inside, but caught a couple there from ASLIKYAN. And that was more what we saw in the first round. Baldassi came forward and really committed. I think that's what ASLIKYAN would like him to do, but the Italian's not done it as much in this second round. Split scoring in the first round, remember. Looking for the left of the body there, ASLIKYAN, and his balance was a bit off there, the Armenian, as he just wandered into the final 30 seconds of round two, and still up for grabs this round, I would say. Left hand comes back there from ASLIKYAN after the right hand from Baldassi. That's another tight round.
Tira fuori tutto, respira profondo, respira.
Pensa a respirare. Come ti
Split scoring again. Split scoring again. So we've got two scores of 20-18 for Baldassi. And I think it was two 2018s for ASLIKYAN and one drawn. So that one card, if I saw that right, if that one card is the only one at 19-19, then that's really the only one that counts, because you don't see a 2-point margin being overturned by either of these two. You don't see a 10-8 coming in this final round. So this is absolutely fascinating. Going into the final round here, this is on an absolute knife edge. Baldassi in the blue, boxing for Italy. ASLIKYAN boxing for Armenia in the red. And I could see how you would give those first two rounds 2-0 to ASLIKYAN or 2-0 to Baldassi, all one apiece. I could see all of those scores. Baldassi with a left hand there as ASLIKYAN was coming in, and then another left hand upstairs. That's good work from the Italian. ASLIKYAN was trying to get to work on the ropes there, but Baldassi was comfortable enough, moved his head well. Right hand on the inside there again. I think in that exchange was the best punch. That came from Baldassi. There was a lot going on there. There was lots of movement. There was plenty thrown. Midway through the round and a little bit messy on the inside. Looking for the body with the left hand there, ASLIKYAN. And again, this is a very close round. There's not much to pick between the two of them in this round so far at all. We've still got plenty of it to go. I'm honest, I think in that final round, if I had to choose one of them, I might go for the fighter in red. But there's a good right hand from Baldassi. It's very, very difficult to say. All three rounds were kind of similar, really. There's that left hand to the body from ASLIKYAN.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this bout, win by points with split decision. From the blue corner, Baldassi.
Baldassi gets it. It's really, really tight. Look at that. 3-2. And I feel a bit for ASLIKYAN there, because that could have gone either way. That really could have gone either way. 3 very, very close rounds. And it's that middle score. It's that middle score that has made the difference there. The other 4, they were already decided, really, because they were 20 points to 18 in either direction. But Yunus Nabil was 19-19, and he's gone for Baldassi. His was the one that counted, and Baldassi got it. So it's as tight as you can get, really, that. And I wouldn't have argued if ASLIKYAN had got it. I'm not arguing that Baldassi has got it. It was one of those. And he's now through to the semi-finals. Baldassi guaranteed a bronze medal, of course. Former European junior champion, and he will go on to face the winner of our other quarter-final in the bottom half of the draw in Ring B, which is Dilshad Abdumuradov of Uzbekistan up against Sachin of India. Abdumuradov has won 2 fights against Lucas Loring and Al Tantulga by Saikan from Slovakia and Mongolia, respectively, both by unanimous decision.
Number 300 in the Ring B. Men's 56 kg, please, into the red corner from Uzbekistan. Dilshad Abdumuradov.
And he's looked good, Dilshad Abdumuradov. He has looked good in the 2 fights we've seen him in so far.
And please, to the blue corner from India, Sani.
Sachin of India beat Jose Valdez of Colombia by unanimous decision in the 1 fight that he's had so far.
And the judges of this bout: Bosnia and Herzegovina, Bulgaria, Turkey, Singapore and Croatia. And the referee from Russia, Mr. Sergei Krutas.
There are judges: Bosnia and Herzegovina, Bulgaria, Turkey, Singapore, Croatia. And that's Sergei Khrystyna of Russia up there in the ring. In the red corner, Abdulmuradov, Uzbekistan. Blue corner, Sachin of India. Baldassi awaits them in the semi-final. Whoever wins this will advance to meet the Italian tomorrow.
Round 1.
So into the first. Abdulmuradov, an orthodox fighter. Sachin, southpaw. Right hand from Abdulmuradov there. I think timed Sachin as he was on the way in. I get the feeling Abdulmuradov can punch a bit, just from the reaction some of his opponents are given in these first couple of fights. He doesn't wind up with anything, but I think there's a bit of snap on those punches, a bit of bite. Sachin quite loose there as he throws the 1-2. Plenty of movement from the Indian. Abdulmuradov is a little bit more static. That's deliberate. Just wants to give himself that slightly more solid base. Does stand quite tall. Much wider stance there, you can see from Sachin. Right to the body there from Abdulmuradov. Sachin looking for the 1-2. Just missing with the right hand there, Abdulmuradov. Sachin coming forward. Kind of crab-like at times, stretching with that left hand to the body. Just about got it there, I think. Right hand there from Abdulmuradov, just catching him on the way in. Looking for the body there. The Uzbek, nice right hand to the body there from Abdulmuradov. With Sachin does leave that body exposed. Another right hand to the body there again from Abdulmuradov. Into the final minutes of round 1. Right hand from Abdulmuradov, I think got through there as Sachin was coming forward, and it just put him on his heels a bit. Abdulmuradov, I think, fancies that he's maybe got his man slightly shaken there because he stepped in. Really looked to try and hammer home that right hand followed by a left. And that's what I was talking about when I mentioned the punch power. I think he can dig Abdulmuradov. Split scoring, so 3 of the judges go for Abdulmuradov. That's the way I would have gone. 2 go for Sachin. Sachin was busy. He was busy in that opening round.
Seconds out, please.
Nice clean little left uppercut there from Abdulmuradov, and that right hand, and then right hand to the body. Just signs midway through the round that he might be really starting to get his timing right and be able to catch Sachin on the way in regularly, but the Indian fighter managed to vary things up. Abdulmuradov took 3 of those 5 cards, 10-9, as you saw there. Sachin with the other 2. So this still very finely balanced at the start of round 2. Good jab there from Sachin. Couple of good right hands off the back foot as well. Made a good start to the round here, the Indian fight. So Abdulmuradov's just struggled to hunt him down. Right hand to the body there from Abdulmuradov was better. And he's finding that body a pretty good target. Every time Sachin looks to get in tight, that's where he goes first. Short right hand to the head sometimes, and then he's looking for that right to the body. Good right hand there, though, from Sachin. Exchanged well up close there. Good use of the feet there from Sachin, too. He was looking for the right uppercut, wasn't quite there. Stepped to the side, looked for the left uppercut. That didn't quite get through either, but they nearly did. Left hand to the body there from Sachin was a good shot. Right hand from Abdulmuradov, who just left his balance a bit as he let go with the right hand, but then goes to the body, then straight up to the head. The hand speed on the inside from Abdulmuradov with that right hand is rapid. There's that right hand again. Rolls away to his right and looks to throw it to the body there, Abdulmuradov. It's been a good round, this. Good round to watch. Left hand to the body there from Sachin. The technical level here is high. Straight right hand from Abdulmuradov. Right to the body, but left to the body. Countered immediately by Sachin, then went up top with a right hand to the head. When it's been on the inside here, Sachin has more than held his own in this round. That's the kind of area where you would feel that Abdulmuradov might dominate, and that's not been the case. It's been a close round. Scores with the right hand there, Sachin, right from Abdulmuradov. I think might have been blocked just about. Final few seconds. An engrossing kind of round, that. Very interesting stuff, I thought. Be interesting to see where the judges went with it. And they favour Sachin there. They favour Sachin, so we've got 4 cards at 19 apiece. Sachin with a 2-point lead on the other one. So this right in the balance here. I probably would have gone for Sachin in that round. So he needs 2 of these 4 drawn cards. Abdulmuradov needs 3 out of the 4. So he's got the slightly bigger task. My own personal card would be 1-1 as well. Abdulmuradov round 1, Sachin round 2.
Third round.
So brilliantly set up here. Abdulmuradov in the red, Sachin of India in the blue. Abdulmuradov with the UZB of Uzbekistan on his back. Here we go. Placed in the semi-finals against Baldassi on offer here, and a guaranteed bronze medal left to the body there from Sachin. Abdulmuradov just keeping it a bit more on the outside so far. Almost 30 seconds into round 3. When he mixed it up on the inside in the second round, it didn't work quite so well for him. Does have the height and reach. Maybe he feels that he can dictate terms here more from the outside, and that's the safer bet. He landed plenty of his own punches in the second round, but he was landed on as well, because Sachin on the inside, I think, was maybe a bit stronger and a bit craftier than he felt he might be on the evidence of round 1. But he needs 3 out of those 4 drawn cards. So he's got to... He needs to provide a clear round win here, really. Sachin with a left to the body there. Good right to the body, then just tries to switch up to the head. Strong right hand, but taken on the gloves there by Sachin. Left to the body there from Sachin. Heading into the final minute, and this is certainly not a clear round win for Abdulmuradov at the moment. And as I said, that's what he needs really to guarantee taking 3 out of those 4 drawn cards. Sachin with a nice little volley on the inside. Long right hand to the body there from Abdulmuradov. Sachin's just doing enough to nick this round for me at the minute, but there's 40 seconds remaining. Long right hand, long left hand rather from Sachin. The right came back from Abdulmuradov. I couldn't really see if it landed. He could do with a big finish here, Abdulmuradov. He really, really could. Feinting with the right hand. Thought about letting it go, didn't. Just looking for the jab. 10 seconds. Left hand there from Sachin. It's just slightly strange from Abdulmuradov, I think. He can't possibly think that he's conclusively won this round. Surely he can't. And he needs that final round because 4 of the judges had it level going into round 3. Other one with a 2-point lead for Sachin. So Sachin needs 2 of those drawn cards. Abdulmuradov needs 3 of them. I don't think he's going to get them. That was a close round. Again, if I had to go either way, I might just go for Sachin. But I'll be surprised if Abdulmuradov pulls off 3 out of those 4 drawn cards. Let's see.
Ladies and gentlemen, who win by points with split decision. From the blue corner, Sachin, India.
Well, Sachin of India gets it. It was tight. 3-2. So another really close fight. We've had some very, very knife-edge encounters in Ring B this afternoon session. We really have. So split scoring again in that final round, and he just did enough. He just did enough. He needed 2 out of the 4 drawn cards, and he got them. Abdulmuradov, it was slightly odd from him in that final round. He just didn't really do enough. You don't want to be too gung-ho and leave openings, of course, but at the same time, the corner would have known because the corners get the scores in the minute between rounds, and they get them right at the start of the minute between rounds too, even before we do, so they can tailor their advice accordingly. And to get 3 out of 4 level cards, you need to provide a pretty clear round win. Anyway, that's gone. That's gone. So into the light welterweight division now, and 2 more quarterfinals for you here too.
We have the bout 301 in the ring, women's 64 kilogram. Please into the red corner from Kyrgyzstan, Zandro Tashir.
He's beaten Stefan Chamovic of Serbia by split, and Harutyan Hakob Kokyan of Armenia by unanimous decision, Tashev.
And please to the blue corner from Russia, Mikhail Zaynalabidov.
Zaynalabidov, European youth champion, wins against Colombia and Iran so far, both by unanimous decision.
And the judges of this bout: Guatemala, Singapore, Taiwan, Jordan, and Korea. And the referee from Turkey, Zhasmin.
Передняя ручка, чтобы сразу начинала работать. Понял, да? Плавно. Так, нормально? Говори. Так, нормально? Нормально? Да. Вышел, да. Свое навязывай, сам работай. руки. Зубы. Ага,
That's Zainal Abidov, European Youth Champion. So on paper, you would probably make him favourite for this, but this is going to be interesting because Tachiev has shown us plenty in this competition so far.
Round 1.
He boxes out of the southpaw stance. Zainal Abidov, orthodox fighter, left of the body, straight away there from Tachiev. Zainal Abidov is the bigger of the two here. Looking for a strong right hand. And then trying to rip a left hook. Gets left to the body there from Tachiev. Right to the body there from Zainal Abidov. Left hand up top though there from Tachiev, just pins Zainal Abidov as he was looking to throw his own right hand. Tachiev again just looking for that left, and Zainal Abidov, I think, managed to drop his right glove on it. Good lively start this from both. There's been a lot thrown in the opening minute and a fair amount landed. Good jab there from Tachiev, who's looking to try and get on top of Zainal Abidov a bit here. He's making the Russian work really, really hard. Right hand from Tachiev, left hand to the body. Zainal Abidov trying to just thump his right hand down the middle. Nice left there from Tachiev. Zainal Abidov had brought his right hand back a little bit low. And then the Kyrgyzstan fighter throwing a right hand. Oh, that's a shame. The head guard needs to be adjusted because there was a really good pace and rhythm about this so far. Zainal Abidov above me just looks towards his blue corner there for a bit of advice from the coaches. Just past the midway point of the round. Right hand there from Tachiev. Good exchange on the inside between the two of them. And Tachiev is just walking Zainal Abidov down every chance he gets. As soon as they break, it's always the fighter in red who's again just trying to close that gap, get on top of him, looking for that left hand, looking for the lead jab. Now Zainal Abidov has landed plenty of punches himself, but I just like the dynamic of this. I just think it's really interesting that Tachiev, against an opponent like this who's taller, physically stronger most probably, and can crack a bit with that right hand, he is just kind of walking in on him. He's moving the head as he comes forward sometimes, but not always. Just using the gloves to protect himself most of the time. Into the final few seconds of round one. Let's go with the 1-2. Left to the body.
Не оставайся перед ним, все время уходи, понял? Пробил, ушел.
Дыши. Глубже, вдох, выдох, вдох. Ни в коем случае голову не наклоняй.
Split scoring there. Tachiev with three of the judges, the other two going for Zainal Abidov. As I said, there was a lot traded there. There was a lot going on, a lot happening. I'd have gone Tachiev just about. It wasn't that Zainal Abidov didn't land, because he did, definitely did. But Tachiev, I just like the cut of his jib, if that makes sense. The way he brought the fight to Zainal Abidov, I thought it was pretty even in terms of who landed what.
Seconds out, please.
We've had some very, very close fights in Ring B in this session. As I said in the previous fight, that's exactly what you expect at this stage. We're at the quarterfinals. This is a world championship. There are not going to be any easy fights at this stage. At any stage. Right to the body from Zaynalabadov, left to the body from Tashev. Good strong left there from Tashev as well. Zaynalabadov just dips his knees, looks for that right again. Left to the body there from Tashev. Nice bit of work there from Zaynalabadov. But this is a tough fight. This is a hard fight to be in. Physically, this is very, very demanding. Good left hand from Zaynalabadov. But then just caught that lead right of Tashev as he was trying to dip and throw his own right to the body there. The Russian Zaynalabadov, a member of Russia, he's in the blue. Tashev of Kyrgyzstan, he's in the red. Left hand looks a little bit low there maybe from Tashev, but no complaints from Zaynalabadov. Turning southpaw there, Zaynalabadov very briefly, did that a few seconds previously as well. Nice left hand that from Zaynalabadov, really well delivered. Just past the midway point of round 2, and this has been another entertaining round. And like the first round, they've been trading on pretty equal terms here, I would say, in terms of what's landed. Tashev just trying to pin Zaynalabadov back in the corner. The Russian wasn't having that, just slid away to his left. Again, boxing southpaw there, Zaynalabadov. Back to orthodox now. Lovely right hand there, caught Tashev as Tashev was coming in, on the left hand from the Russian as well. Left to the body there from Tashev, but this is some good quality stuff from Zaynalabadov. Holding those gloves very, very low, just trying to tempt Tashev to come forward. You just sense that the confidence has risen here from Zaynalabadov, that he's maybe getting a sense that he's beginning to read the fighter from Kyrgyzstan a bit as he comes forward. Again, just holding those gloves low. Throws that left hand. He doesn't want to get too cocky. I'll make this a good round for him with 30 seconds to go. Very tight through the first half of it, but I thought in that last minute that Zaynalabadov has just kind of taken it away from Tashev a little bit. Or enough anyway for me. Straight right hand there from Zaynalabadov. Left hand comes back from Tashev. 1-2 from Zaynalabadov. Wasn't completely clean, but just knocked Tashev back onto his heels. Bell goes at the end of the second. Zaynalabadov gets it on 4 out of the 5 cards, so he has got a 2-point lead on 2 cards. Tashev a 2-point lead on 1, and the other 2 are level, so Tashev needs them both. Zaynalabadov needs one of them, so again this is teetering on a tightrope going into the final round, and it will come down to those 2 cards, as other fights have, because again, as in other fights, this has been that even that you cannot see anybody scoring a 10-8 either way in the final round. You just can't. So it comes down to those 2 cards. Zaynalabadov needs to get one of them. Tashev needs both of them. So Zaynalabadov in the blue of Russia, Tashev in the red of Kyrgyzstan. This has been a terrific fight so far. Will either of them tire in this 3rd and final round? That's another consideration. As I mentioned, this has been a hard fight. It might not look like it's been boxed at a frenetic pace, because it hasn't been. They've been measured, these 2, but they've been throwing plenty of punches, and they've been pulling plenty into the punches too. Left hand there from Tashev. Just short with the overhand left there, Tashev. Left to the body, long right hand though, replies there from Zaynalabadov. The left to the body was from Tashev. Tashev just blocking off the exit there as Zainal Abidov was trying to slink off to his left. Clubbed him with a couple of right hands. I think the glove half blocked one of them midway through round 3, and again this still right on the edge. Left hand there from Tashev. Straight left hand from Tashev, definitely landed. Look for it again there. Zainal Abidov just needs to start doing a little bit more here. Well, the fighter from Kyrgyzstan could maybe just start to take a touch of control. Heading into the final minute, just a reminder of the situation. There are 2 level scorecards. Zainal Abidov needs to win one of them. Tashev needs to win both of them. Zainal Abidov just tending to stand in front of Tashev a bit here. Maybe the pace is telling on him slightly, of the 2 of them. Throwing that right hand, just trying to ditch it out and keep Tashev off him. Straight left hand there from Tashev, and looks for it again, goes to the body with the left. For me, Zainal Abidov just needs to rally a bit in this last 30 seconds, because if he doesn't, this could slip away from him. Straight left hand again there from Tashev. Zainal Abidov is on the retreat here. Not a good look. He's got a 2-point lead on 2 cards. Tashev has got a 2-point lead on 1 card. That leaves those other 2 even, and that's why, as I said, Tashev needs both of those level cards. Zainal Abidov needs 1. And I think there's definitely a chance there that Tashev has got them both, because I make that his round. And I think it was, for me anyway, sitting where I'm sitting, I thought that was quite easy to score. Tashev round, but he needs both of those drawn cards.
Ladies and gentlemen, win by point with split decision. From the red corner, Tashev.
And Tashev gets it, and he's got both of those 2 drawn cards. He's converted both of them into wins, and that sees him through to the semi-finals, guarantees him a bronze medal and sees him through to the semi-finals. 30-27 from Singapore in his favour, then the 29-28 from Guatemala and Taipei, and that was the absolutely crucial thing for him there. Everybody voted in his favour in that round, and that was the right way to go, because by the end of the round, the second half of the round, he just maintained the work rate that he'd showed right up until that point, and Zainal Abidov just couldn't quite live with him any longer. It took its toll on him. And he got the win. So he's through to the semis. He will box the winner of our next fight between Eric Sushi of the Czech Republic and Bozoboy Matyakubov of Ukraine. There it is. Been a fantastic session this so far, really has. If you're watching with us on the AIBA YouTube channel, please do click subscribe. We picked up a good few yesterday.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we start about 302 men's 64 kilogram. Please into the red corner from Czech Republic, LAKIICHUK.
Suchi with 2 wins so far against Nimalainen of Finland and Mustet of Romania, both by split decision. 3-2 against Mustet. That was a close fight.
And please to the blue corner from Ukraine, Bozoboy Matyakubov.
Matyakubov stopped Callum Matthews of Iswatini in his opening contest, then beat Krasimir Zhurov of Bulgaria, the European Junior Champion, by unanimous decision.
Taiwan, Russia, Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, and Iran, and the referee from Bosnia and Herzegovina, Miss Tina, Poland.
Matt Yakubov, Uzbekistan born. Tina Politan of Bosnia and Herzegovina, our referee. So Suchi of the Czech Republic, he's in a red. Matt Yakubov of Ukraine in a blue.
Round one.
Matt Yakubov immediately looks to try and take the centre of the ring. He's kind of a swarming, swaggering style of fighter. Keeps that guard high, will look to get onto the inside nice and quick and let his hands go. Strong, muscular kind of presence. Suchi is the taller of the two, has got a good jab, has got a good 1-2 as well, and he'll need it against Matt Yakubov. Matt Yakubov just trying to bring the heat to him here, see if he can fluster Suchi a bit, panic him a bit. That's good from Suchi. Just slipping away to his right. Nice 1-2 off the back foot there from Suchi. Left and right hand though from Matt Yakubov. He's got to be comfortable punching on the retreat here, Suchi. Boxing off the back foot is something that you need to be able to do against somebody like Matt Yakubov. You'll need to step in and meet him at times as well and just try and get his respect, because otherwise he will just try and walk through you, really. Midway through the round, and as usual, there's been a lot of industry, a lot of effort here from Matt Yakubov. He hasn't landed all that much, but that's equally true of his opponent. Good left hand there from Matt Yakubov. Looking for a right hand over the top. Just a quick combination on the inside there from Suchi. It's got a bit messy in the last 30 seconds or so. Short with the left hand there, Matt Yakubov. Suchi looking to try and trade with him at not quite on the inside, just trying to keep it at more of a distance there, but it's a difficult thing to do. Matt Yakubov will just come in on you all the time. He throws a lot of punches. His punch completion rate isn't that high, it wouldn't be, but the work rate is. Moving that head on the inside. And it could well be that pressure from Matt Yakubov sees him take that round. As I say, I don't think there was all that much clean landed from either fighter. But Matt Yakubov gets it, split scoring 4 in his favour, and I think it would largely be due to the dynamic of what we saw there, the aesthetic, if you like, because separating them on punching wasn't that easy, I didn't think, but he was always the one on the front foot. He was manoeuvring Suchi around the ring rather than vice versa.
Внимательно, не оставайся, ты понял? Не оттягивайся назад только, а? Пробил сразу, понял, опять бей. Не оттягивайся назад.
There's a good right hand there from Matt Yakubov.
Получается правый, левый длинный.
Seconds out, please.
Проходит тоже.
Round 2.
Into the second round, and Matt Yakubov again quickly just straight across the ring, looking to close Suchi down. Nice left hand there though from Suchi. Left hand from Matt Yakubov got through there. The first one was taken on the gloves. The second one made it though. Just trying to move that head on the way forward there. Matt Yakubov did a good job of it that time, looking for the left, and it's more of the same from him really, and he can keep this up for 3 rounds. We know that Suchi has got to find a way of finding a bit of space for himself and landing something on Matt Yakubov rather than just trying to fend him off, because that's what he's doing at the moment, and you're not going to win rounds that way. He needs to try and stop him on his tracks, land something that just stops him walking in. Good double jab there from Matt Yakubov. Suchi trying to answer back with a short right hand and left on the inside as well. Similar to the opening round, this. A lot thrown, a lot of it caught by forearms, gloves, hitting shoulders. A bit of blood coming from the nose there of Suchi though, so something's got through nice and clean from Matt Yakubov. Very kind of muscular approach. It is difficult to deal with. Right hand there from Matt Yakubov. And again, he just goes marauding onto the inside. Short right hand on the inside there from Suchi. And an uppercut on the inside from Matt Yakubov. Quick word from the referee about him just clamping down on the arm of Suchi. Suchi's finding this hard to deal with. This swarming muscular style from Matt Yakubov, who increasingly is getting through. Left to the body there, followed by a right hand.
Концовочка надо. Нормально, только прибавляй. Ты понял? Накатывай, накатывай. Не отпускай его.
That was a clear Matt Yakubov round, so he's got a 2-point advantage with 4 of those judges, and that is a big lead to take into the final round. Suchi's got to throw caution to the wind here, really, if he's going to turn this around now, because he needs 10-8s in this final round. He needs this big, really big.
Seconds out, please.
In this 3-round format, Matt Yakubov is a very difficult customer to deal with, because he's got a terrific work rate. He throws lots of punches. He does move his head on the way forward. As I said, he looks to swarm you, but there's an intelligence about it. Right hand there from Suchi did catch him, but a left hand from Matt Yakubov got through. He keeps that guard pretty tight for the most part as well when he isn't punching himself. He's compact. And you know that he's not going to let up. The pace is not going to dip at any point, so you've got to find a way of dealing with it. You can't just wait for him to stop punching or run out of steam, because it won't happen. Right hand there from Matt Yakubov. Heads coming together there on the inside. Looking for a massive overhand right there. Matt Yakubov missed with it, and then just got clipped by a left hand from Suchi as he was moving past. So midway point of round 3, and Matt Yakubov, as we know, is in control of this one. He's 2 points clear with 2 of the judges, and he's winning this round 2. Good left hand there from Matt Yakubov. Left hook and then a straight little left hand. He took a step to the right, through the left, straight down the middle. Get the sense that fighting Matt Yakubov would be like standing in the ocean, constantly getting pounded by waves, because they just keep coming and coming and coming. There's no way of avoiding it, really. You've just got to find a way of handling it. Right hand there from the Ukrainian. It's an interesting matchup we'll have in the semi-finals between Matt Yakubov and Tashev. Tashev is tough, as we know. He's a pretty strong puncher, I would say. The southpaw too. But Matt Yakubov, well, we know what he brings. We know what he brings, and he's made his way through to that semi against Tashev. With something to spare there.
Ladies and gentlemen, a win by point with unanimous decision from the blue corner, Bezor boy Matt Yakubov, Ukraine.
So through goes Buzzer boy Matt Yakubov. He'll be up against Tashev in the semi-finals, and he guarantees himself a bronze medal as well as the opportunity to progress further. And it was comfortable. It was comfortable for him in the end. He's got a phenomenal engine on him. 10-8 in there from Kazakhstan in that final round. He's a difficult customer.
And now we start the bout. Number 303 in the Ring B men's middleweight division. Please into the red corner from Brazil, Aishagul.
So into the middleweights. Aishagul of Brazil, who won a very, very close and really good fight against Albert Gonzalez of Cuba
And
yesterday.
Opponent, please to the blue corner from Ukraine, Ilya Tokhobitsky.
Tokhobitsky of Ukraine, European youth champion, beat Eric Abelian of Armenia by stoppage in his first fight, and then Marcel Mangold of Germany yesterday. But interestingly,
The judges of this bout.
he gassed in the third round quite badly.
Bulgaria. Yeah, and Latvia, and the referee from Israel, Mr. Artur Kurgia.
And they haven't had a lot of time to recover. So Toibitsky can't be doing that against Filio. Filio, as I say, that fight against Gonzalez was great. Really good to watch. Two very good fighters. Technically a really high level, and he just nicked it in the final round. So Filio of Brazil in the red, Toibitsky of Ukraine in the blue. His fellow countryman has just gone through, as we've seen. And this at middleweight, 75 kilos.
Round one.
So into the first, Filio in that southpaw stance. Toibitsky orthodox. Filio likes to plant those feet nice and wide. You look at them physically there, he's the bigger of the two. He likes that nice strong base to punch on. Toibitsky has got some skills himself though. Boxed really well in the first 2 rounds against Mangold, and then, as I said, he just ran out of gas in the third round, dropped that third round. He was 2 rounds to 0 up with the other 5 judges, so it was no big deal. And if he just kind of coasted and cruised and given it away, then that would have been one thing. But you could tell from looking at him that the pace of the fight got to him. Filio just coming forward with that front foot. He's got a kind of long spidery reach on him. Toibitsky's got to close the gap on him. Did that fairly effectively there. It didn't look great, but he got onto the inside, and that's all that counts. Left hand to the body there from Filio is a decent shot. Nice straight right hand there from Toibitsky. Wasn't anything particularly clever about it, but Filio just kind of just stood up him a bit. He was within range, and Toibitsky took the invitation. Well, 2 there from Filio. It's the final few seconds of round 1. Good right hand there from Toibitsky. He's landed the best shots of this round, the Ukrainian, I think. Bell goes at the end of round 1. Filio of Brazil in the red makes his way back to his corner. Takes a seat. Toibitsky in the blue corner for Ukraine. Stays on his feet. Split scores, 3 in favour of Toibitsky, 2 in favour of Filio. I'd have gone Toibitsky myself in that first round. I thought the best punches of that round were landed by him. And as I say, it hasn't been all that pretty at times, the way he's got onto the inside, like it wasn't there, but he did it. And he landed that right hand. And that was exactly where Filio was in range there and he's having a look, but he didn't do anything. And Toibitski, I think as I described it, accepted the invitation and just thought, okay, well, if you're not going to punch, I will. But the good thing about what he's doing there is that, although it might not look that pretty, he's moving in measured steps. He's not falling in, he's not flying in. He's coming forward, throwing punches, but he's got his balance there. So the fact that the first couple didn't reach wasn't a big problem. He could just keep going. Left hand to the body. And he dipped really, really low there. Toibitski, but didn't actually touch down with a knee or a glove. Looking for the backhand there. Filio, and Toibitski evaded that and then just knocked the Brazilian's head back with a jab. Right hand on the inside there, I think, from the Ukrainian might have landed. Left hand from Filio. He's cramped for space when they get up close there, the Brazilian, because you look at those long levers. Left to the body, though, there from Filio, and looking for it again there. But he needs to give himself a little bit more room. He could keep this on the outside. He could try and keep this on the outside, but he does like to get up close and punch to the body like he did there. Left hand from Filio. I don't think landed all that clean. Toibitski was kind of sailing past him off to the left-hand side. Midway point of the fight. And this is a real interesting one again. Filio looking for that long left to the body. Nice little bit of work on the inside there. Toibitski just moved in nice and quick. Finished on the left to the body. Lead right into the pit of the stomach there from Filio. Toibitski himself was just a bit guilty of walking in a bit square without any real thought there, and then he caught a juddering left hand too as he was just standing in range. Got to be careful there, Filio. The referee looked quite stern there. He's warned him about that a couple of times, holding, hitting around the back of the head. He doesn't want to lose a point. Very last knockings of round two. Wasn't quite room for the left of the body there for Filio. I think this might be his round, though. I'd go his way on this one anyway. Left hand there from Filio, just kind of claiming the point, if you like. Not that you get points, that's a throwback to the old computer point scoring days. But I think he might have got that round, the Brazilian. Again, there wasn't a great deal in it. And on the majority of cards he has, so we've got Filio with a 2-point lead with one judge. All the other four have got it level, so we've seen plenty of this today. Saw quite a lot of this yesterday too. This is teed up so nicely. Filio's been here before, of course, against Gonzalez yesterday. I just wonder how Toibitski's stamina will hold up in the final round after what I saw yesterday. He needs 3 out of those 4 level cards. Filio needs 2 of them.
Seconds out, please.
That's the situation. Toibitski, nice and quick out of his corner. He's in the blue, Filio of Brazil in the red. With a very slight advantage as we head into the final round. This is a quarter-final in the men's middleweight division. The winner of this will advance through to the semi-finals and be guaranteed a bronze medal. Left hand there from Filio. As I said in the previous round, he could keep this a little bit more on the outside, which is what he's doing at the start of the 3rd round here. Good left hand there as Toibitski came in. Strong left hand there from Filio. Toibitski kept coming, and I think did clip him with a left hand, but he's just creating a bit more distance here, Filio, and I did wonder why he didn't do this earlier in the fight. This is difficult for Toibitski to negate. It's harder to find a way in for him, with Filio just standing that bit further off. But this approach from Filio does rely on Toibitski coming forward. He's got to try and draw something from him. The Ukrainian does come forward there, looking to throw the right hand. This is not as proactive from Filio as it has been in the first couple of rounds. And if we have a round here where not all that much gets landed, then the fighter on the front foot could be the one who comes out on the right side of it. Stepping in there, looking for the right hand, Toibitski, who fitness-wise looks okay. I don't know what happened to him yesterday. Just walking forward a little bit there, Toibitski. He kind of got away with that one because Filio didn't land anything all that solid into the final minute. And there's not that much in this. Walked onto a couple there, though, Toibitski, as he came forward. That was slightly ragged. And maybe he is just feeling it a bit, actually, Toibitski, into this final minute. Filio's in unbelievable shape. You can see that. Toibitski just managed to get a couple away on the inside, and then again there. But it's Filio now who's on the front foot, looking to try and take it to him, left of the body. And he's breathing heavy now, Toibitski. Final few seconds. One big attack from both of these. Maybe in them right before the end. They're both claiming it. There goes the bell. So just to remind you, the situation going into that final round was that Filio had a 2-point lead on one card and the other 4 were level. So he needed to get 2 of those. Toibitski needed to get 3. And I would make Filio the more likely winner in that situation. Again, not much in that final round. Not much at all. But I just think it's unlikely that Toibitski's going to get 3 out of those 4 cards.
Ladies and gentlemen, win on point with split decision. From the red corner, Aishagul, Brazil.
And Filio gets it. And it's 3-2. It's 3-2. So those 4 cards that were level going into that final round, they've been shared 2-2. And they were the ones that counted. So through he goes by the narrowest of margins. He's had 2 really close fights. Really close. 29-28, 3 times for Filio, 29-28, twice for Toibitski. It doesn't get any closer than that. So Filio will face the winner of our next fight between William Cholov of Bulgaria, a 2-time European junior champion, and Manish of India. They've both won 2 fights already in this competition. Good fight, that, really good fight. We've had some belters.
Now we have about 304 in the ring B, middleweight division men's. Please into the red corner. From Bulgaria, William Cholov. And please to the blue corner, his opponent from India, Manish.
So that was Cholov making his way into the ring. And this is Manish. He beat ISHJONOV of Israel by split decision, Alarag of Jordan by unanimous decision. Cholov got past Heydali of Azerbaijan, Antonopoulos of Greece.
Ireland and Taiwan. And the referee of this bout from Guatemala is the Emerson Pastor.
Those are your judges. Emerson Pastor of Guatemala is our referee. That's Manish of India. Brought a full team, India. 20 fighters to this World Youth Championships. Had a pretty successful time of it so far. In Ring B they have anyway.
Round 1.
So Cholov, southpaw, boxing for Bulgaria, he's in the red. Manish of India, orthodox fighter, he's in the blue. Cholov, a two-time European junior champion. Both of these are 2 wins apiece in this competition up until this point. So hoping for a third to take them through to the semi-finals for a fight with Filio and a guaranteed bronze medal. Neither one of them really wanting to commit too much in the opening stage. Just having a look here. When you're circling, not too much throwing. Manish just coming in quick there. Nice short steps with the feet and looking to throw quick, short, straight punches. Left hand from Cholov caught him there though, midway through the round. Reaching for the body there, Manish with the right hand, didn't land. Again, there he comes, Manish, but Cholov is able to take the feet back and stay well out of harm's way. Again, that kind of staccato foot and glove movement from Manish. Seen that from other Indian fighters in this ring during the course of the last week or so. It can be very effective because although it's not something you will generally find in all that many coaching manuals, he keeps his balance because of those short steps. His feet are always underneath him. What you find with a lot of fighters who kind of rush in is that their feet cross, they lose that balance. And their weight's just far too far forward and they're not really in control of what they're doing. And although that looks quite frenetic, Manish is in control of what he's doing there. So bell goes at the end of the round. Not a great deal happened in that opening round in terms of punches landed. Very, very little. Split scoring. Manish with our judges from Turkey and Korea. Cholov with Singapore, Ireland and Taipei. I'm not sure how you choose between them, to be honest, in that round. Maybe I'd have gone for Cholov because he just landed the odd clean shot.
पास रह ज़्यादा दूर मत जाओ फेंट अटैक करता हुआ जैसे देखा था अंकित कैसे खेला फेंट करके उसके पास रहना ठीक है और बॉडी टू फेस फेस टू बॉडी कर
Seconds out, please.
कोई नहीं
Round 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for round number 2.
So into the second, Cholov of Bulgaria in the red, Manish of India in the blue. Will things just open up a little bit more in this second round? It was cagey in that opening round. Understandable, there's a lot at stake here. Nobody wants to make any unforced errors. At this kind of level, that can be absolutely fatal. At this stage of proceedings, you're always going to be up against somebody who is more than capable of taking advantage of anything that you give them. Cholov looking to try and work that left hand on the inside. I think one might have just snuck through there, but nothing major. He's looking to track Manish down there and throw the left hand. Manish again just comes revving forward. Just flexing the knees there, Manish, and then again in he comes. It doesn't take too long. Nice little combination on the inside there, though, from Cholov. That was quality work. Manish came in, and he just gave himself a little bit of room and just bounced a couple off his chin. A couple to the body there from Cholov as well. Maybe he's just beginning to get to grips with this style of Manish's. We'll see. And again there he does a neat bit of work on the inside, Cholov, as Manish came forward. I don't think any of that really landed from the Indian. It's a nice bit of work from Cholov again there, just slipping away to his right-hand side. Goes to the body, leans in for a left up top and then throws a right hand to the body. I don't think any of these are reaching from Manish. Jab there from Cholov. Was on target once more. He's made adjustments here. He's had a good look in the opening round, Cholov, and this has been a good display from him in the second. Right hand might have got there from Manish that time, but the left hand of Cholov definitely did. Left to the body there from Cholov. He's had a good round. 4 out of 5 judges go for Cholov. I thought that was clear. But it's still very much in the balance here because he's got a 2-point lead with 2 of the judges, but the other 3 cards are level, so Cholov just needs to convert one of them into a 29-28 win for him, and he's over the line and into the semi-finals. Manish needs all of them, so really he has got to return a pretty clear round win here, which on the basis of the round we've just seen, I would say is it's a big ask, but it's not impossible.
Third round.
It's a big ask because Cholov, boxing out of the red there, representing Bulgaria, he seemed to get to grips with Manish's style in that second round. As Manish came forward, he would just manage to take a little step back, step off to the side, and catch him on the way in. Often as his forward charge, he just slightly run out of steam. He is a clever fighter, Cholov. He's got some serious credentials, 2-time European junior champ. cute, tricky kind of southpaw, as a lot of them can tend to be. Had some success on the inside there, Manish. Got on top of Cholov better there and was within range. Left hand there from Cholov. Right hand there again from Manish. Moving those feet in nice and quick. Good combination there though from Cholov. Midway through round 3. 3 level cards going into round 3. Manish needs all of them because Cholov has got a 2-point lead with the other 2 judges. Cholov needs one of those 3 drawn cards to make sure that he goes through to a semi-final date with the Brazilian, Filo. That's good from Cholov. Step off to the right, left hand, right hook, and moves off. Gum shields come out, so that'll just need to be rinsed off. Into the final 20 seconds. Manish has brought absolutely everything that he could in this final round. Left hand there from Cholov. But I think the Bulgarian has had the better of this final round. There's not that much in it, but it's hard for me to see Manish winning all 3 of those level cards. Lovely right hand there from Cholov. Just clipped the jaw of Manish as he was standing a little bit tall as he came in there. So given the fact that Cholov needed just 1 out of those 3 drawn cards, I would be very surprised if he hasn't managed to achieve that. He just made the adjustments after round 1. He made those adjustments that he needed to make, and there was the finish there, the left hand.
Ladies and gentlemen, win on points with split decision from the red corner, William Cholov, Bulgaria.
So Cholov gets it 3-2. So he did only get one of those 3, but that's enough. That is enough. Four of those judges going the way of Manish in that final round on work rate, I would assume, because he did come forward pretty relentlessly. I thought Cholov did the better work myself, did the better cleaner punching, but it's the Bulgarian who goes through. Very, very close.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the ring B, we have about 305 men's heavyweight division placed in the red corner. From Ukraine, Mikita Gorbatenko.
So this is one to look forward to. Gorbatenko of Ukraine, European Youth Champion, win against Lithuania by split decision in his fight so far. Got a bye in the opening round.
And please to the blue corner from Cuba, Jorge Luis Yelubayeva.
Jorge Felimon of Cuba, stoppage against Henrik Tuzgrikyan of Armenia on his international debut in the opening round, then beat Ardajan Azemi of North Macedonia by unanimous decision.
And the judges of this bout, Azerbaijan, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Kazakhstan, Jordan and Russia, and the referee from Korea, Kim Jong-un.
Touch of gloves. So 2 fights remaining in this afternoon session, 14 fights in total, and they're both at heavyweight.
Round 1.
And as is the case in every fight today, a place in the semi-finals and a guaranteed bronze medal on offer. Gorbatenko with a good start there. Left hand just knocked Felimon off balance slightly. Gorbatenko in red, Ukraine, southpaw, Felimon, Cuba, blue. Orthodox fighter. Gorbatenko looked nice and sharp yesterday. Good left hand to the body there from Gorbatenko. Right hand on the inside there from Felimon. Gorbatenko's looking aggressive here. He's going after Felimon a bit. Maybe looking to try and make a bit of a statement in this opening round. He's taking the centre of the ring, that's for sure, and he's the one making the running. Long left hand there from Gorbatenko. Let's fly with the right hook. Felimon with a jab, just pushing that jab out. Very, very quick left hand comes back from Gorbatenko. It didn't reach, but he's come out like he really means business here. European Youth Champion, as I said, and he's getting on top of Felimon a bit here. Felimon, I don't think is maybe used to this. Left hand to the body there from Gorbatenko. He's got a decent heavy jab on him, Felimon. He's got to start using it because he's just been bullied a bit. Good left hand there from Gorbatenko. That was a quality shot. Looking for the jab there, Felimon. Didn't bring it back that quick, though, and Gorbatenko was in there like lightning with the left to the body. Left to the head there from Gorbatenko as well. This has been a good opening round from him. Right uppercut from Felimon. Snake through there, though. There goes the bell. He came out quick there, Gorbatenko, really did. He's willing to put his punches together, let his hands go. And 10 lines across the board there. He made that a pretty easy round to score. So a round up in a 3-round fight, that's the position you want to be in. Felimon has got it all to do here. And I think he was maybe surprised by just how quick Gorbatenko came out and how aggressive he was early on in terms of just taking that space, getting on the front foot.
Seconds out, please. Round 2.
So into the second, Gorbatenko, Ukraine in the red, taking that first round with all of the judges. Felimon of Cuba in the blue. Inexperienced at international level before this competition. This was his international bow, and in Gorbatenko here, he's run into someone who is looking to try and make it clear to him that this is no place for an inexperienced fighter. He's got plenty of international vests, the Ukrainian, and medals as well. And Felimon just setting his feet there and looking to try and throw that right to the body. He's got to dig in here and really set his feet at times and give Gorbatenko something back. Right to the body there again from the Cuban. That was decent. And that's what he's looking to do. I think he realises that he allowed himself to be dictated to in the opening round, and he cannot allow that again. Left hand there from Gorbatenko as Felimon threw right to the body. Solid punches, you could hear them. You could hear them from ringside, as clear as a bell. Really trying to put something into the uppercut there, Felimon. But this is a pace, this is a real pace, this fight is being fought at. Mostly initiated by Gorbatenko, who is in extremely good shape. Felimon in this round is trying to go with him. Right hand into the body, looking for the uppercut as well. He's having some success here, the Cuban, trying to rip that right hand up the middle. Placing those rights and lefts either side of the elbow, round the back of the elbow. Right into the stomach again. That's good stuff from Felimon. He's just having a good spell here. Very accurate body punching. Left hand there from the Cuban as well. He's got to keep it going though, this final minute of round 2. Scoring of this second round absolutely crucial. He can't drop this second or he's done really. Gorbatenko thinks that was low. He's certainly gesturing to the referee that it was low. But it's a standing count there from the referee that is given. And he obviously feels that it was okay, that it was fine. A grimace of pain there from Gorbatenko, but he'll have to box on. Right hand there from Felimon. And this could well be, probably will be, Felimon's round. Standing count doesn't mean that he'll necessarily win it. That's not how the scoring works, but he was having a good spell anyway. Lets his hands go on the inside, tries to shoot that right hand down the middle. A few seconds remaining. Gorbatenko got caught by left hand there and by right hand, and there goes the bell. That was a great round, and Gorbatenko kind of trudging back to his corner a bit, and that is impressive from Felimon because he had to win that round. He was dictated to in the first round, and he had to dig in and get something done there. We don't know for sure that he has won it. Let's just wait for the scores, but from where I was sitting, he did. It was a big effort from him there. Big effort. And he's got it across the board there. But there was a point deduction in there for the Cuban, so I can only assume that that was adjudged to be a low blow. The referee did continue with the count. I didn't see the gesture for the point being removed. I assumed that he had adjudged it to be a legal blow, given that he gave Gorbatenko the standing count. So that was somewhat confusing, but that's huge because it means that Gorbatenko has still got a point lead on all 5 of those cards going into the final round. So Felimon needs to win this one, and then it would go to the judges' opinions, where they just have to cast a vote either way as to who they think they has won the fight if their scorecard ends up level. Right to the body there from Felamon. Left upstairs from the Cuban, and they're just going to stand in front of each other and punch holes out of each other in this final round, I think. Whose stamina, whose punch resistance will stand up to it best? I think that's going to be the question here. Felamon is just looking to walk Gorbatenko down. He's not giving him a moment's peace here. Gorbatenko was all over him in the first round. The second round, though, the Cuban did some real good body work. Gorbatenko, I think, was hoping he might get a couple more seconds rest there. Felamon forward, throws the right hand. Right hand into the body there from Felamon. Gorbatenko just leaning onto him. Gets a bit of a rest. The corner there on their knees almost there. The Ukrainian coaching staff just begging Gorbatenko for a big effort. Lovely left hand there from him, and Felamon felt that, I think. And this really does just come down to pure desire now, heading into this final round. Who wants this more? Left hand there from Gorbatenko. We know he's got that advantage due to the point being taken off. Clubbing right hand there from Felamon, but Gorbatenko is almost out on his feet here. That flurry of punches, that attack, I think, just took so much out of him. His mouth just hanging open. Left hand there from Felamon, who swaggers forward. Desperate looking left from Gorbatenko. Jab and right to the body from Felamon, who steps on him again. Another right hand to the body. He almost doubles over there, Gorbatenko. Felamon again goes to the body. A couple of digs in there. 30 seconds remaining. Gorbatenko's gloves just down by his side. It's all he can do, really, to just flick them up from the waist, and Felamon allows him just to walk him back to the ropes. He's got 20 more seconds here, the Cuban, and he needs to pour it on here. He badly needs to pour it on, because remember those cards, he was 19-18 down on all 5 due to the point deduction. So he's got to level up. He's got to win this round with every single one of the judges to get it back to 19-19. Then it'll go to judges' opinions. They are dead on their feet, these two. Absolutely dead on their feet. There goes the bell. And the touch of gloves, and Felamon, well, the corner congratulate him. He feels like he's done enough to win that final round. But as we know, it was 1 round apiece on the scoring going into round 3, but there was a point deduction in there from what I can only assume was for a low blow in the second round. As I said, the referee counted. He gave a standing count, so I don't really know what happened there, to be honest with you, but I saw it on the scorecard that the point deduction had been made, and what that meant was that Felamon had to win this final round on all 5 cards and then hope that the judge's opinion goes his way. He looks confident there.
Ladies and gentlemen, win by point with unanimous decision. From the blue corner, Jorge Luis Filemon Lovaina, Cuba.
And Felamon gets it. Felamon of Cuba gets it. And as I said there, he needed to win it with every single one of those judges that final round and then get the judges' opinion. And that's exactly what's happened. 5 scores of 28-28. You don't see that very often. He had it 2-1 in terms of pure scoring, but the point deduction meant it finished 28-28. And then in that situation, the judges are asked for their opinion. Just decide, either way, who do you think on balance won that fight? And they gave it to Felamon, I suspect because he actually did win it 2-1 in terms of the boxing, but with the point deduction, that leveled it up. So, what a fight that was. Gorbatenko winning that first round. Felamon then digging real deep in the second to level it up as he had to. Still had the point deductions, still had it all to do in that third round and got it done. I tell you what, the Cuban has shown a lot of bottle there. A lot of courage. He's in with a European youth champion who put it on him a bit in that opening round. Tremendous, absolutely tremendous.
Heavyweight division match, please into the red corner from Russia, Ruslan Dadayev.
So our final fight of the session, another heavyweight quarterfinal. This is Ramazan Dadayev, European youth silver medalist, lost to Gorbatenko in the final. 2 wins for him.
Please to the blue corner from Iran, Sayed Mohammad Sayed Sadir.
Said Mohammed Sayed Sadri of Iran, he's got 2 wins as well by unanimous decision. He's an interesting one though. He's had 2 points deducted for slapping in one fight, and then another in the most recent fight against Reznicek. He can't afford that against Dadayev.
Guatemala, Croatia, Singapore, Jordan, and Latvia, and the referee from Bulgaria, Miss Maria Kavaki.
Dadayev himself had a strange encounter in his last fight against Emir Buyukdag of Turkey. Buyukdag was disqualified by referee Sadie Duffy in the 3rd round because his gum shield just kept coming out. I think it was the 5th time. He wasn't spitting it out, it just kept coming out. And in the end, referee Duffy just had to disqualify him. There wasn't anything else he could do. Still recovering from that fight between Gorbatenko and Felimon. That was absolutely outstanding. So here we go, final fight of the afternoon session. For a place in the semi-finals against Felimon and a guaranteed bronze medal. Ramazan Dadayev of Russia in the red, Said Mohammed Sayed Sadri of the Islamic Republic of Iran in the blue.
Round 1.
So here we go. Dadayev with a height advantage. Keeps that guard really high, exposes a lot of the body, and Sayed Sadri, with that shorter stature, might be advised to try and look for that body. What he generally goes for are big winging hooks and overhand rights and lefts to the head, and that's why he's been done for slapping as many times as he has done. He throws wide shots, not too many straight ones. He might possibly have been working on doing something about that because he cannot afford to drop a point here. Dadayev is a good fighter. You cannot be giving him gifts of point deductions. Nice straight right hand there from Dadayev. Good jab from Dadayev. Minute gone. It's Dadayev who's just looks slightly the sharper here, just quicker to the punch. Nice jab from Dadayev, then goes down to the body. It's been a bit subdued so far. Sayed Sadri hasn't really let anything go. Half-hearted right hand there, and then just got cuffed by the left from Dadayev. This has been really good from the Russian so far, really good. He's kind of looking a bit surgical here. Everything is accurate, nice and sharp. He's giving Sayed Sadri absolutely nothing. Sayed Sadri just trying to close the gap down there. Did it a bit too quick and didn't have any room to punch into the final 30 seconds. He's found it very difficult to manoeuvre a way in, Sayed Sadri, basically. Dadayev's got that height, got that reach, and he uses it because he's got a good jab. Well, that's the Dadiev round, the opening round. Russian fighter boxing out of the red corner. Judges agree.
آخرین بازی آخرین 6 دقیقه الان 6 دقیقه میخوام براموش بزنم 6 دقیقه چپ راست چپ راست با چنو نمیذاری اون شروع کنه.
You look pretty comfortable in that round, actually. Dadiev.
Seconds out, please.
And if Said Sadri is just holding back slightly because of all those point deductions he's had in the first couple of fights, and he needs to forget about that and just throw anyway, because another round like the last one and this is over. And he is looking a bit more aggressive at the start of round 2. Dadiev comfortable enough working up close as well. Right to the body there from the Russian. Good left hand there from Dadiev. He's got decent balance, Said Sadri. He's just not been able to let anything go. He's been beaten to the punch constantly. There's the jab again. Just bounces off his head. Looks to chop down with the right hand there, Dadiev. Just a little bit short. That's a decent right hand from Said Sadri. He set his feet and just tried to just muscle that one in. Good right hand there from Dadiev. Nice left hand up close as well there from Dadiev, who's comfortably winning this round again. Sharp jab. Left hand got through there from Said Sadri, but 3-4 punches landed from Dadiev. Lovely 1-2. I don't want to be too critical of Said Sadri here. It's easy for me to sit here and say that he needs to be more ambitious or take more risks or be more aggressive, but he's in with a really good fighter here, Dadiev, and every time he has kind of looked like he's tried to open up, he's got hit. Clean, hard. Bell goes there. That's another round for Dadiev. So this is the final round of the afternoon session coming up, and Ramazan Dadiev is completely in control of this, and it looks very much like he'll go into a semi-final against Jorge Felamon, and that should be a terrific fight. What a win that was for Felamon against Gorbatenko, having dropped that first round and also having a point deducted in the second.
Seconds out, please.
بلند شو این راندو باید بوکس کنی ها. میارمت پایین اگه بعد برو
Third round.
برو بجن همیشه وقت نکن.
So into the third and final round here. Ramazan Dadiev of Russia, European Youth silver medalist, is 2 rounds to the good on all 5 scorecards against Iran's Said Mohammed Said Sadri, who again he's looking to try and be more positive at the start of this third round, but as soon as he did, he was picked off by a nice couple of jabs right hand by Dadiev. There's levels in boxing, and unfortunately for Said Sadri, Dadiev is just at a higher level than him. When you come to World Championships, you will encounter the very best, and Dadiev looks like he might well be in that bracket. Certainly him with a good chance of winning that gold medal. He's got to get past Jorge Felamon first. I wouldn't like to say which way that'll go. But you get to the semi-finals and you are almost touching distance away. You're guaranteed that bronze, but nobody in the semi-finals wants a bronze. Heading up towards the final minute. And he's controlled this fight right from the off. Dadiev, it's been impressive. Nice couple of punches to the body there. Good right hand as well. Just pecking with the jab. So Sadri just kept on the outside, tries to slip to his left there and tee up the right hand. Clock just ticking down. Been a really good session this. We've seen some great fights. So many of them so close going into the final rounds. But that's what you expect at the quarterfinal stages of a World Championships. 1-2 there from Dadiev. There goes a belt. And he will make his way into the semi-finals, where he will be up against Jorge Felamon of Cuba.
Ladies and gentlemen, win by points with unanimous decision. From the red corner, Ramazan Dadiev, Russia.
Ramazan Dadiev is through. So that completes the action in Ring B in this afternoon session. 14 fights have absolutely flown by. We've got the same again coming up before too long. And I'm sure the action will be equally good. All quarterfinals. 10-9s all around. And that was the case in all 3 rounds. So 30 points to 27 for all 5 of those judges. And a very, very good performance from the boxer in the red. So as I say, we'll be back before long, not long at all, before the action will be restarted in Ring B. Please do join us for that.
allora.